This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
Thank you, and welcome to the show.
It's Halloween and we hide behind masks.
I know it's Halloween.
Halloween fun is afoot.
Happy Halloween to you, too.
It's just so childish.
There are grown-up ways to enjoy Halloween.
Well, we're not doing that.
Well, we're not doing that.
The boogeyman is coming.
Ha ha, happy Halloween.
And now it's showtime.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween candy.
Happy Halloween.
It's alive.
Happy Halloween from the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Happy Halloween from us.
From the KLAQ studios in beautiful sunny El Paso, Texas. It's time for the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
You rock me like a hurricane.
I know I do.
On 95.5 KLAQ.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Because it's Halloween. Welcome to our Halloween show, everybody. We're already making plans for the parade. We've got people on the ground out there probably already setting things up at Album Park. Site of the KLAQ Halloween Parade. 3:30 is what they're giving us for a start time. So maybe the kids are out of school early. Maybe you're going to take them out early. Parade starts at 3:30 at Album Park. Good morning, Joanna Barba.
Good morning, Buzz.
You all set?
All set, yeah.
I'm going to give you the weather here in just a few minutes.
All right.
And we'll find out if it's going to be really hot. For some people's costumes are, pretty warm to wear on a hot El Paso day. But let me give everybody information about today's parade. One Source Federal Credit Union and Flowar Life Essentials presents the KLAQ Halloween Parade today. 3:30 parade start. Make sure if you're going to be watching the parade, you've gotten there early enough to find some parking. And first of all, a place to park your car and then a place to park you along the parade route. And you can see the entire parade route map at KLAQ.com. We got lots of information about the Halloween parade and the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror available at KLAQ.com, or you can pop open that KLAQ mobile app and find out everything you need. If you're going to participate, I'm not sure what time they're telling you to show up early. I guess it kind of depends on what final preparations you have to make, because sometimes in the business category...
Yeah. I want to say 9 o'clock is when they'll start.
Is the
earliest you can start showing up to register.
So
you could still register today.
We have different categories, and in some of the categories, people like to do their last-minute preparation at the park, so it doesn't, it doesn't blow off on the ride over. So let me tell you about the different categories you could win trophies and cash prizes in. Decorate your vehicle. Come up with something cool. Maybe you got a vehicle that's cool to start with, and you're going to make it even more awesome. Include KLAQ somewhere on your vehicle to be eligible for the Rock and Drive trophy and cash. Get your coworkers together. We get some good ones out of this. You can tell that they some of these places shut down for the afternoon, so they can go out, because it seems like everybody that works for them and their families are on the float. If you want to participate in the business category, you also have some trophies and cash that could be headed your way. Or just come in costume and enter the Walkers contest, the Walkers category. And I do want to say one thing about the Walkers. Some of these Walkers, you can tell these costumes are homemade, and that many hours of loving attention to detail have gone into some of the Walker costumes.
And they are walking the entire thing.
Parade route, I don't know. It seems a long time because we're only going like 3 miles an hour, but I bet you it's no more than 2 miles.
I think it is, yeah.
You can check out that map, though. The complete parade route is available at KLAQ.com. If you haven't registered, you can register on site. Just make sure you get there well before 3:30. And we'll get you signed up to be in the KLAQ Halloween parade. Now, Joanna,
Yes.
you know what? My biggest thing that I worry myself into fits about is,
What's that?
you know, from the Halloween parade.
Halloween parade. Children running into the street.
Well, I worry about that, yeah, but running out of candy.
Oh, running out of candy. That's right.
What is our candy situation? Do we have ample?
I believe we have ample. You're going to have to do it, though, because yesterday, as I put on my costume for its final details, I can't really move in it.
I can't really move in my costume that well either.
So it's all up to Nico.
Nico, or maybe we could stick Alberto up there and put like a blonde wig on him or something. Put Alberto up there tossing candy up. The World Series ended last night, and it looked like the Yankees had it put away.
Winner?
We do. The Los Angeles Dodgers are the champions of baseball.
Right.
But they had them down 5-0, kind of when I started watching, and then there was this inning where all the runs were unearned, it seemed like, because it was error after error after error on the part of the Yankees on defense. And the Dodgers capitalized and ended up winning in Game 5, the World Series. It's over. Bring on Treehouse of Horror on Fox this Sunday. Let's get a look at El Paso weather, let you know if the weather is cooperating with us. Mostly sunny today. Winds are going to be under 10 miles an hour, so not too windy. It's 75 for the high temperature. Not bad, right?
No.
Okay.
Sounds lovely.
That's your Halloween forecast. Don't forget that Haunted House of Terror last night opened tonight, and they're going to stay open late at 13900 Montana. For Friday, partly cloudy, 81 for the high temperature. We are seeing a little bit of a chance of rain in the evening tomorrow. We're all clear, though, for Halloween night and trick-or-treating. For the weekend, it's going to be sunny on Saturday, 80 for the high temperature. Mostly sunny, little chance of some maybe Sunday evening showers in the forecast. Other than that, it's going to cool off nicely, and Sunday's high temperature is going to be 73 degrees. This golfer's forecast is brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. You can set up all your tee times and reservations online at painteddunes.com. painteddunes.com, or call the Pro Shop. Their number is 915-821-2122. And they've got slots available to come out and participate in the Turkey Shoot Golf Tournament. It's going to be on November the 3rd at Painted Dunes. You can get more information to sign up your team at 915-821-2122 or painteddunes.com. Secure your spot today. A fantastic day of golf with great food and drinks and a chance to win a turkey. It's the Turkey Shoot Tournament coming up November 23rd. Deadline to enter, though, is November 18th. All right, Joanna, you want to give us a preview of what's coming up on Loudwire? On Hollywood Cheese Bay?
Sure. It is Halloween after all, but now Nicholas Alexander Chavez, who played Lyle Menendez in that Ryan Murphy hit Netflix show Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, is being criticized for actually posing with Halloween partygoers who were dressed as the Menendez brothers. This is such a weird trend of people dressing up like these actual killers. I remember last year we had a lot of people who were dressing up as Dahmer.
Really?
Yeah. But I'll let you know more in entertainment news.
You know what the latest thing I read about the Menendez brothers?
They could be free soon.
They could be free by December the 11th.
Home for the holidays.
Home for the holidays. So maybe we'll get an update on that in news coming up later. We got a lot of giveaways for you.
Yes.
Got some Haunted House of Terror tickets. Though those have to be used today, though. The Haunted House of Terror is only going through tonight. And we got a lot of other things. Tickets to Stryper. That concert is tonight. Stryper at the Plaza Theater tonight, and we have some tickets to give away for that. And how about some football tickets? UTEP versus Middle Tennessee. That's Saturday in the Sun Bowl, and we'll have some tickets for that, too. All that on the way, and much more, and possibly Nico, And we'll have Today in Sound clips coming up here in just a few moments.
The Daily Calendar.
Today, October 31st.
It's here. Halloween. Break out the good candy. It's National Doorbell Day.
Trick or treat.
Also, knock knock joke day. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Figs. Figs your doorbell so I don't have to knock.
Super lame.
It's Caramel Apple Day.
Used to be a thing.
Oh, spoiler alert. There's fruit in there.
Aww.
Have a safe and spooky.
And that's your Daily Calendar.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween candy.
Happy Halloween.
At Sunlight Park Drive or online at Sunlight. APR offers are $16.06 and $15.15 per thousand finance. Includes factory rebate and dealer discount. Plus TTNL on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Do you want to hear something really scary? The KLAQ Morning Show with Buzz Adams is back.
No, God, please, no, no!
El Paso's rock monster.
No!
95.5 KLAQ.
Hey, big shout out to all my fellow Dodger fans and that are living along the borderland. But remember that Dodgers didn't just win the series for us. They won it for Fernando Valenzuela, for Timon Lasorda, and for Vin Scully. And they also won for my dad.
Oh.
He died pancreatic cancer. I wish he was here to see us. But, hey, Dad, don't miss you. It's been 14 years. Go Dodgers.
Dodgers. We will have some audio. It's kind of touching, right?
That was touching.
Exciting game, too. An error-filled, I believe, fifth inning. Let the Dodgers right back into it, take the lead. Yankees were able to take the lead again, but then the Dodgers put them away. And the World Series is over, Joanna.
Wow.
And you missed all of it.
And I slept through it all.
So you must really have a night planned, huh? I noticed you're already on the schedule for taking a personal day tomorrow.
I am, yes.
Yeah.
Alberto will be in tomorrow and Monday.
So what are you don't have to give specifics, but generally, what are your plans?
I will be out at the gay bars. A Halloween tradition is returning to Joanna's life.
I feel a fool to ask this question,
Yes.
but do the gays really get into Halloween?
Oh, they do, yeah. Gay Christmas, if you will.
Let's go ahead and do Today in Sound Clips.
And now, Today in Sound Clips.
All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities. The tension on the world stage has been ramped up. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin hosting the South Korean Defense Minister yesterday at the Pentagon. And after their meeting, Lloyd Austin revealed new information about Russia.
The evidence now suggests that North Korea has sent around 10,000 soldiers to train in eastern Russia. And some of these DPRK troops have already moved closer to Ukraine. And we're seeing them outfitted with Russian uniforms and provided with Russian equipment.
Okay, last week they were telling us there were about 3,000 North Korean troops. Lloyd Austin said more like 10,000, and they're dressing in Russian military uniforms. Ukraine's UN ambassador yesterday told an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council that they expect up to 4,500 more North Korean troops to be at their border with Russia soon. And Ukraine also expects those troops to start combat operations sometime in November. Here is Lloyd Austin once again, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, reminding everyone that Russia had signed a U.S. resolution not to give any military aid to North Korea.
Russia signed onto the UN Security Council resolutions agreeing not to provide military assistance to North Korea. Of course, we know that Putin has gone tin cupping to get weapons from the DPRK and Iran.
Did he say tin cupping?
It sounded like it.
I wonder what that means.
What is that? Oh, I was going to ask you.
You break every club in your bag except a 7-iron and then still shoot a 3-under in a U.S. qualifying tournament? That's from Tin Cup, the movie.
Is that what the movie's about?
Well, that was one of the scenes. Tin Cup gets mad, breaks every club in his bag, but still shoots a 3-under.
Oh.
Final quotes from Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin about North Korean troops heading toward Ukraine. It looks like maybe ready to participate in the battle under the Russian flag. Austin said actions have their consequences.
We certainly can work with others to discourage this kind of behavior, but I didn't mean to imply that we can stop that. But certainly, their actions have consequences, as all actions have consequences, and we need to be mindful of that.
Well, we got a few stories about some of the assaults on voting places, polling stations, and polling workers. Remember yesterday we had the story about the ballot box fires in Oregon?
Yes.
Police are giving a little more detail. They say that whoever was responsible for that had metalworking experience and may plan more attacks. They set off incendiary devices that burn some of the ballots so that they're unusable. And now a Florida teen was arrested. He had a machete at a polling place, and he was arrested for voter intimidation. An 18-year-old named Caleb James Williams was arrested outside a polling place in Florida on Tuesday after allegedly trying to intimidate voters with a machete. Neptune Beach Police Chief Michael Key said that Williams brandished the machete at two women, ages 71 and 54. Williams has been charged with aggravated assault on a person 65 years or older, and we are going to hear from Florida Police Chief in Neptune Beach, Florida, Police Chief Michael Kay, who is upset that this is happening in his town.
To say I'm disturbed is an understatement. I'm mad that this happened in Neptune Beach. This goes way beyond expressing freedom of speech. To say your piece is your First Amendment protected right, but that goes out the window the moment you raise a machete over your head in a threatening manner.
Now, back to the case in Portland, Oregon and Vancouver, Washington. They're saying that whoever set up those incendiary devices that destroyed some of the ballots had, quote, a wealth of experience in metalworking and welding. They say this was determined by how the devices were built and the way they were attached to the drop boxes. The devices were marked with messages that included Free Gaza and Free Palestine, according to police. Okay. Jaywalking is now legal in New York City.
Huh.
Do you know how jaywalking had been illegal?
Right.
Do you know how many times on an average day someone jaywalks in New York City?
Constantly.
Millions, just constantly, just over and over and over again. You better be out of their way. I'll tell you this: if you're jaywalking, you better plan it right, because there's a good chance that car is not going to slow down for you.
Oh, dang.
And that even goes for lights. Like, you got the crosswalk and it's green.
Yeah.
If you go across it as red or it turns red, woe unto you as a pedestrian.
Or maybe just hit the car and be like, I'm walking here.
Yeah, there you go. Pull a Ratso Rizzo. You've never seen that movie, have you?
Midnight Cowboy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I never have. I thought that was one of those movies that everybody knows about, but nobody's actually seen. Weird that John Voight has become so conservative after being in Midnight Cowboy. New York has officially legalized jaywalking in the Big Apple.
They're like, just legalize it.
One of the reasons that some of the politicians pointed to was the fact that people of color were more likely to get ticketed than people not of color. So here are New Yorkers talking, in many cases trying to stifle their laughter about how they feel about legalized jaywalking.
Who cares?
So what else is new?
I jaywalked my whole life here. I lived here for 60 years and I jaywalked. Gotta be alert. You're in New York. Look alive.
You get a chance, you go. Take it.
Is it safe?
If it's safe, you go. Watch both ways, because now we got these guys.
When was the last time you heard somebody say that? I'm happy they caught that jaywalker.
The jaywalker. Who cares? They're like, it's just another day.
Yeah, what else is new? A new law went into effect this week that requires airlines to give actual refunds. If your flight gets canceled or significantly delayed, they have to refund your money if that's what you want. Meaning they might offer you vouchers, but if you want money, they got to give you money. Here is the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, talking about this new law.
When an airline knows that all, instead of just a few, of the passengers on a canceled flight are likely to actually get their money back, it gives them a different set of reasons to put in the investment and the realistic scheduling that makes those cancellations less likely to happen to begin with.
And finally, we're going to talk about another TikTok challenge. I don't have TikTok. I've never had TikTok. Mm-hmm. I hate when I have to watch a TikTok video because there's not really any way to pause and back up the video. Am I right about that?
On some videos, yeah, it doesn't let you pause or rewind or fast forward.
You just got to sit there and watch the whole thing on a loop.
And then rewatch it.
A driver in Louisiana caused a two-car crash while attempting the viral drift challenge made popular on TikTok. Do you know what that is?
What the hell is the drift challenge? It's like a new challenge every day. I can't keep up with all of them.
Look, obviously I'm not encouraging this, but let me read the definition. Okay. The idea of the drift challenge is to oversteer on purpose to lose traction and drift your car. Here is Cliff Ivey, Assistant Chief of Police in Louisiana, talking about this stupid challenge.
People who are posting these things on TikTok and other social media platforms who have no responsibility for and do not care about your children are giving them examples that entice children to follow them. And we have accidents just like this.
I wonder if they could just write somebody a ticket based on their video on TikTok of them drifting. Hey, we saw you doing this.
Hey, we know who you are.
Yeah, here's your ticket. Here's something Joanna does every morning for us. She gets ready. She prepares our late night roundup. So all of you early risers, all of us that are getting up so early in the morning, we've got a recap of funniest moments and highlights from late night television. It's time for the late night roundup, and here we go.
According to Google Trends, leading up to Halloween, candy corn was the most searched candy in 34 states between September 3rd and October 3rd. I assume the top search on the subject was, ran out of cat litter, candy corn also work?
The sandwich chain Subway has announced that next month it will offer a double chocolate peppermint footlong cookie. The only cookie that looks the same going in as it does going out.
Dunkin' Donuts is getting plenty of attention for its Halloween spider donut after the official Dunkin' Instagram account posted promos saying things like, "Your girl said I'm not so itsy bitsy."
Whoops. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened there. I'll get you back into Late Night Roundup.
Classic marketing strategy according to the old advertising maxim. Step 1, know your product. Step 2, imply your product is banging the customer's wife.
I am evil.
Buzz will be back.
Evil existed long before good.
And attractions at Marine Dollar Days, November 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 10th.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers.
At GVILaw.com.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd.
Well, it'll be about 5 more months before we're talking baseball again, because season's over. It ended last night in a surprising finish. Dodgers way down, and then an inning full of errors done by the New York Yankees let them in it, take the lead. They lost the lead. Yankees got the lead back. Eventually, though, the Dodgers win.
It's a shame, 'cause it's a 1, 2, a 3 strikes you out at you.
Hey, how's it going? Morning show.
Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate the Los Angeles Dodgers for winning a full season World Series. Full season World Series. A lot of people think they won in 2020. That's just a Mickey Mouse COVID championship right there. So, they're saying, the media's saying that they've won the World Series 2 of the last 5 seasons. More like 1.5 of the 5 seasons. Yep, come at me, Dodgers. What you want? All right.
I don't know if you could catch that.
What?
He's trying to discount their World Series win in 2020 because that was the COVID year when nobody could go to the games.
Oh.
It's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out at the old ball game. All right. Got a little bit of the action. Freddie Freeman, by the way, well-deserved series MVP. Let's see. We had a lot of errors. I want to play these for you in the correct order here because this was some really good stuff last night. Otherwise, they would have been playing on Friday. Here you go. Yankees were up 5-0, but a meltdown, Joanna, in the 5th inning allowed the Dodgers to tie the game and eventually go on to win 7-6 is the final. Here's the final strikeout of the game.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
All right. After last night's win, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts and the team celebrated while accepting the World Series trophy. They didn't get a victory parade in 2020. That much is true because of COVID. So they're excited to get a parade this time around.
Who wants a parade? Oh my, world champion!
Here's a little bit of when the wheels started falling off. And I mean, every wheel fell off. All 4 and the spare in the trunk fell off for the Yankees yesterday. The Yankees, usually sure-handed Anthony Rizzo, had no one covering first base, leading to the L.A. Dodgers run in the 5th inning.
Ground ball right side. Rizzo. Nobody at first. Incredible. Atrocious defense from the Yankees, leading directly to a Dodger run in the 5th.
Atrocious is the word. And then in the same inning, the Dodgers tied it up 5 apiece on this Enrique Hernandez hit.
That's the runner at third. Freeman at first, the tying run. The 1-2 pitch to Teoscar Hernandez. In the air to left center field. Judge on the run. Dead sprint now to the track, and it's over his head. That's in to score. Freddie Freeman for the plate, and this game has been turned upside down.
Did I mention Aaron Judge dropped a ball? So there's another error. This inning was full of errors.
So many errors.
Dodgers were able to take a 7-6 lead over the Yankees.
Luke Weaver to Mookie Betts. Cracked in the air to deep center field. Judge retreats. He'll make the grab, but the Dodgers have come all the way back and taken the lead in Game 5. From down 5-0 to ahead 7-6 in the most preposterous way.
And Freddie Freeman of the Dodgers was named series MVP. Here he is reacting to that.
Every spring training, this is our goal. And for it to come true with this group of guys, I couldn't ask for a better year. Holy cow. Woo!
Getting ready for the parade today. 3:30 start at Album Park. Good luck parking close to the park. But the good thing is, if you're just there to watch it, if you check out the parade route, you can see the entire parade, and there's plenty of places.
There's
in that
so
neighborhood.
many.
Yeah.
And I have...
Looking forward to seeing our friends who live in that neighborhood always out on the front lawn. We throw candy to them.
They are great. I have an article up, and it has the entire parade route. And I also have little hints as to, how every year we see like 1 or 2 streets where there's like no one there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And we're like, oh, this is a nice little break for us. And I let you know in the article what streets those are so that maybe you could set up there where it's not so crowded.
There are a couple spots. It's a pretty long parade route, but there are a couple spots where it kind of thins out a little. You know, there might be a great spot for you, especially if you're bringing a bunch of people, bunch of kids maybe. All right, I don't know how many people are planning on doing this, but this is a survey about political costumes for Halloween.
Oh.
They polled over 6,000 people and asked, have you ever dressed as a politician? Let's see.
Huh.
Have I ever dressed as a politician? No. The year that the Monica Lewinsky scandal happened, there were a lot of people out there.
I'm sure there was a lot.
A lot of blue jackets and black dresses with mayonnaise on them or whatever.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know, it's gross. 8% of Americans say they've dressed up as a political figure for Halloween before. 13% of us know someone who's going as a politician this year. So I got a few quick stats here from the poll. Again, this is not many people, but the ones who are dressing up political, more people are dressing as Trump than Kamala. I think that's a given. You know, you can't dress as Kamala unless you're a person of color. You can't dress as Trump unless you got a lot of orange bronzer. I mean, a lot. And the way P. Diddy had baby oil, you would need that much orange bronzer. 6% of people in this survey say they know someone who's planning a Donald Trump costume, and 5% know of someone dressing as Kamala Harris. 3% said Joe Biden. That would actually be the easiest one maybe to pull off because they make old man masks.
Oh, yeah.
Done. Vice presidential costumes are less popular. I'll get back to this, but I just wanted to investigate this a little further.
Okay.
Do you think we'll see a single Trump or Kamala? Because while you're looking at while you're watching the parade, we're watching the crowd.
Right.
You see out there because it's a lot of fun. And
so many people get so creative.
I love it, especially when like a little kid is dressed in something completely inappropriate, like Breaking Bad.
That's great.
Let's find out about more of these people that want to dress up political for Halloween.
Hi, folks. It's your favorite president, Donald Trump. Looking for the perfect last-minute Halloween costume? Then look no further than the Trump Halloween Costume Shop. I've got a huge selection of costumes, that I can tell you. I have Donald Trump costumes. I have J.D. Vance costumes. I have Donald Trump Jr. costumes. All the Trump-related costumes you can think of.
I got a Big Mac costume at the Trump Halloween Costume Shop.
Ah, yes, my favorite. I love McDonald's and I love Big Macs. And I love your costume.
Right. Anyway, this is my costume, so...
I want to eat your costume.
Huh?
Let me eat your delicious costume.
Yikes.
The Trump Halloween Costume Shop. Get your tremendous costume today. See you soon.
All right. We'll see what the other side has in a minute. Here's a thing. I don't know if you could count this as political, but the year that Clarence Thomas was confirmed to the Supreme Court,
okay.
You're not old enough to remember that.
No.
Do you remember anything about Clarence Thomas?
No.
This woman that used to work for him, Anita Hill, was saying that he offered her. He made a joke about a Coke having a pubic hair on it. A lot of people went as Clarence Thomas.
That year, really?
My roommate went as Clarence Thomas.
Oh my God!
And he was carrying around a gavel and a robe. And I know the question you're asking was my roommate. Person of color. Yeah, he's a black guy, so it was okay.
Okay.
And he'd have a Coke, but with like just this huge mound of hair on it because that was part of the thing they were talking about. Who else has a costume shop?
I like when costumes require like a prop, otherwise you won't know who they are.
Unless there's a prop.
So you see people just carrying this thing the entire night. And it wouldn't make sense if they didn't have it.
How would everybody know that I'm Big Ern McCracken if I'm not carrying a bowling ball around with me?
Hi, it's Kamala Harris. Want the perfect costume this Halloween? Then come to the Kamala Costume Shop. I've got all sorts of costumes to choose from because costumes are important. They're a disguise, but you should always feel free to be yourself. You are the way that you are. Just, be yourself. Don't be somebody else. If you say you're somebody else, well, then you're a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Put out the fire with water. Water is important. Listen, you have to stay hydrated out here.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to buy a costume.
Oh, great. Well, now I lost my train of thought, and I need to start over. All right. So, the Kamala Costume Shop. See you soon.
I don't know how much we're paying the lady who does the Kamala voice, but it's not enough.
It's so good.
As good as the impression is when she laughs.
And she has
so
really
perfect.
perfected that laugh.
Really.
At the beginning, it was a bit choppy, but it's gone real good.
Who is Big Ern McCracken?
He was in, I forget the name of the movie. And the bowling movie, it was Bill Murray, and he had a comb over, and he won a bowling tournament. He was like, I'm above the law.
Kingpin?
Kingpin,
yeah.
There you go. Here's a call. Somebody dressed as a political figure.
Hey, guys. I've never dressed as a political candidate. I guess the closest I came was Uncle Sam and my girlfriend's Lady Liberty.
Oh,
but I had a friend years ago when the first George Bush was running for president, came to a costume party wearing normal jeans, a polo shirt, normal shoes. But on the outside of his jeans, he was wearing an athletic supporter. So he came as a Bush supporter. Have a good day.
You mean like a jockstrap?
A Bush. So he was a Bush supporter.
What's an athletic strap?
A jockstrap.
That's a jockstrap.
Yeah. Boy, that would have to be explained to me before.
Yeah.
And then I would have to pretend to
Listening
get
to
it.
that, I had to kind of be like, oh.
Did I tell you about the year that my Halloween costume was a premature ejaculation?
It was?
No. What was
How
that?
did you dress up?
I just had a pair of pants on and no shirt. So I just came in my pants.
Oh my God.
You silly goose.
You got away with saying that on air?
I sure did. This survey of over 6,000 Americans found that vice presidential costumes are less popular. Only 1% say they know anyone planning to dress as Tim Walz. J.D. Vance is also at 1%. So you might see some. I doubt if we're going to see very many at all, Joanna.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could go as the future director of the Centers for Disease Control.
You mean RFK Jr.?
Yeah, that's who I mean.
Hi, folks. It's Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Halloween is right around the corner. But what if you don't have a costume yet? Then come to the RFK Jr. Halloween costume shop. I have all sorts of costumes. Maybe you want to dress as a barber. God, I have one of those. Or maybe your kid wants to be a barber. I have that in stock, too. No problem. Hi there. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for a vampire costume.
Wow, that sounds spooky. That's an aisle of
Excuse me?
Vampire costumes. Right over there in aisle next to the
Huh?
Please, lady, you're wasting my time. Either buy the costume or get out.
Yikes.
The RFK Jr. Halloween costume shop. See you,
You know, last night was what they called Devil's Night. And I guess there are some parts of the United States.
it's Beggar's Night, yeah.
Well, Beggar's Night or Devil's Night. I guess there are some parts of the country where people go out and commit pretty bad acts of vandalism and so forth. So it was Devil's Night in New York City last night. But they had to jump on it because they were already lighting cars on fire and causing riots because of the World Series.
It was the worst Halloween in New York history.
With a beating up Judge who settles under this ball, but then drops it.
No.
Ground ball left side. Volpe will go forward and another break for LA. Two defensive mishaps for New York. Ground ball right side. Rizzo. Nobody at first.
A nightmare that wouldn't end.
Atrocious defense from the Yankees.
Reverberating in the minds on Halloween morning. Nightmare in New York.
Oh my God.
Now streaming.
What
What's your favorite thing about Halloween? It's the
El Paso comforts of your home. El Paso Electric, powering what matters.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
It's the Halloween way. It's what the holiday is all about. There's spooky goblins, creepy crawlers, hocus pocus. Meet the neighbors you don't want to see again on any other day. After all, you can't spell Halloween without hello.
Halloween parade today, 3:30 start. Get there early, especially if you're participating. If you got a vehicle in the rocket drive competition, or you got your coworkers and you're in the work category, or if you're an individual walker and your costume requires some setup. I think, Joanna, did you say like 9 o'clock we'll have staff on site?
That is when you can start, as the earliest you can start registering.
Because people can still register and sign up today.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, they can sign up there at Album Park.
It's free. People keep asking. It's free to do so. But if you have a car that you want to enter or your float, it does have to say KLAQ somewhere on
Has to
your
have
float.
KLAQ on there somewhere to be eligible for the trophy and prizes. All right, so Nico's got a little something for us, and then Joanna's going to have the Hollywood cheese make coming up in a few minutes. So.
Just the tip. Also, did it feel like the first blast of winter weather yesterday?
During the day?
Yesterday?
It was cold during the day, but it got just really cold at night.
I wasn't out at night.
I wasn't really, but I mean, I went outside.
Yeah, no, there's a...
I didn't notice.
I wouldn't say there's a hint of frost in the air.
I felt frosty.
It felt a bit chilly this morning.
All right, so I have...
Fortunately, I had a bearskin coat I could wear to work.
So I have a list of some pretty viral trends from the past, I'd say 15 plus years that came and went.
Viral trends.
They came and went like a
warm summer's day.
Sure.
If you listen to the wind, you can still hear them say, "Don't you know that you..." Okay.
All right. I'll just go with the first one. Oh, this is a weak bell now. All right, number one. Remember that week everyone was really into sea shanties for some reason?
Oh, my God, yes. I have a sea shanty on one of my playlists just because I love it now.
Everybody was doing sea shanties.
It was a sea shanty summer, I guess.
Not even a summer, though. You're right. It was like a couple of weeks.
It was a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because I tried to get Buzz to do a sea shanty video, and he didn't want to.
I remember we were getting sea shanty parodies of everything. Remember the whole 3D craze back in 2010, right after Avatar? And then every movie had 3D tacked onto it at the end.
Yeah, and then you were kind of like, you know what? Some movies don't need to be in 3D.
Yeah. But it wasn't just the movies that came out in 3D that year. Remember 3D TVs?
Nope. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I remember them trying to convince you that was going to be a great way to watch TV.
Like, they came with these glasses, but then it started being reported like people were losing the glasses. So their TV was just useless.
Useless.
Can I tell you, though,
sure,
because I'm I got 2 or 3 years on you guys. You guys were like sophomores when I was a senior.
Father time over here.
The 3D craze has kind of come and gone through the years. So they had 3D movies in the 50s, and they had some 3D movies that came out in the 80s, and then Avatar made it where it seemed like every movie was going to be 3D.
Yes. But the whole trend that I'm talking about is not just 3D movies. It was the 3D TVs. At that same time, 3D phones came out where you could have glasses and your phones look 3D. And then the Nintendo 3DS came out at the time. So everything. It was just like a year's
If
worth.
I'm being honest with you, the 3D was pretty great in Avatar, but I have not been bowled over by 3D yet.
No, it all sucked everywhere else. Next up. Pokemon Go, that summer of Pokemon Go.
Oh, yeah. And then, I tried to play it, but the servers were always down because everybody was playing it.
Yeah. Strangers met and talked, and for a brief moment, it was cool to be social. Then you remembered you were playing Pokemon.
Right. It's like, oh, I forgot what I'm here for. Have you seen a Charizard somewhere in this park?
So somebody wrote in, my son, who's now 22, and his girlfriend still play Pokemon Go. They actually use the game as an excuse to go on a road trip to different places so they can catch different Pokemon together.
Mm-hmm. Sure, that's what they're doing on those road trips.
Well, I mean, a little bit, maybe more. Next up. I got married in December of 2013. Our wedding video will always have us dancing around like idiots to Gangnam Style.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
The summer or winter of Gangnam Style. The year of Gangnam Style.
Oh my God, I will never forget that year I went out for Halloween and there were like so many people dressed like that guy.
Psy?
Yeah, and then at the club, everybody was dancing it like that video.
Oppan Gangnam Style. And then it was kind of cool to like say Whoop'em Gangnam Style to just random people. And
that
then,
was also the year of what does the fox say?
what does the fox say?
that.
Ding, 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 ding.
That was one of my niece's favorite songs of that. What do you say that is, 2013?
Yeah.
Over and over and over again.
Next up. Does the existence of the Segway count as a trend? It does. It really does.
Well, you guys would remember this, but they had built it up that it was like, this is going to make walking obsolete. Everybody's just going to be going around on these, what the hell are they called again?
Segways.
Right. And now when you see them, all you think of is Paul Blart Mall Cop. That's the only thing you think of.
And I'm not even sure I see mall cups doing them that often anymore, but I see like tours. You can do Segway tours of places.
They look like a mother duck and her ducklings all following them.
So a couple other ones. Those Dalgona coffees that came out during lockdown.
Oh, hell yeah. I did so much of that.
You did? You made those?
Yes.
What?
It was like a whipped coffee.
A whipped coffee, yeah.
And it was real good. Maybe I'll bring that back.
Oh, I remember something else from COVID.
What's that?
Problem drinking.
Yeah.
Wow, that's still a thing for
I didn't
you.
call that problem drinking. I called it supporting local.
Oh, yeah, supporting local. But Buzz, you don't need to keep supporting local anymore, okay?
I think you should still support local.
Yeah.
You got it.
Not with your liver necessarily. Yeah, and
I got a phone call from a Halloween VIP. Halloween VIP, you guys.
Finally, in the early 2010s, remember when people were just dressing up as clowns and chasing other people around after dark?
Yes.
God, that seems like that was 2007, 2016, 2015? 16.
I remember because it was election year and people were like freaking out.
Did we have any in El Paso, like random sightings of clowns or
I
anything?
think we had a few.
Okay.
Thanks for that walk
Blast
down
of
memory.
Yeah, that was nice.
Hello, it's Satan.
Oh, no.
Happy Halloween, you ghouls. Hey, Joanna, I like candy corn too.
Oh.
Joanna.
Yeah.
There's a chocolate-covered candy corn layered cake. Google it. Those are my hounds of hell. Yes, hounds of hell. They'll be released tomorrow.
All of a sudden, his dogs quit cooperating.
Right. They're like, don't talk to us.
Hold on, we got to get back at what else does Satan have to say?
Also, there was there a big October surprise this election? I don't think there was.
Wait a minute.
He switched into Cookie Monster.
You're Cookie Monster now.
Cookie Monster.
T is for cookie. It's good enough for me.
Things look crazy up on Earth, man. Me and the hounds of hell are just eating candy corn and enjoying the show. Yeah. Happy Halloween.
Okay. He's trying to get a little bit of that.
A little. That was so funny.
I'm sorry, Joanna, have you publicly stated that you like candy corn?
Dear God in heaven. Yes, Buzz. We just talked about that yesterday.
You are out of the candy corn closet.
I'm out of the candy corn closet. I love it.
All right, this song's for you then. And then we'll do the cheese bang.
Yeah.
me orange, yellow, white. Slide down your throat on a Halloween night. Sure the candy's filling, but woman, if you're willing to be through, watch killing that whole bag tonight. You naughty thing, you rip the package open. You naughty woman, take the bag around for everyone. Just start to move on. I love the way you share with everybody. The way you swing, you're licking something sticky off your thumb. Here's the part the song is all about. When you take a piece of candy corn, stick it in your mouth.
Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mess. Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mess. Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mess. Joanna, tell us more.
It's our entertainment news, also known as the Hollywood Cheese May, with Joanna Barba. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning.
Our Scream Queen.
Yeah, nice. At long last, the blockbuster Deadpool and Wolverine has a Disney Plus premiere date. The movie crushed it at the box office this summer, coming in as the second highest grossing film of 2024, earning a whopping $1.3 billion globally, and is the 12th highest grossing North American release in history. It also ranks as the highest grossing R-rated movie ever. And now, if you have Disney Plus, you can watch it in the comfort of your own home starting November 12th.
Okay. I'm going to throw something out there. I heard about this, I think the week I was on vacation, so we did talk about it. I heard a rumor, and I want to get your reaction.
Okay.
If the Academy Awards were hosted by Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman,
Hell yeah.
maybe in character as Deadpool and Wolverine.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be real fun.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they put James Franco and Anne Hathaway, who had no connection at all. They just randomly stuck them together. It was one of the worst. But I think people would really be into this bromance thing that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have going.
Also, how much watchability do you think the movie is going to have? Like, would you watch it immediately when it comes out?
Well, I saw it in theaters.
Right, but I saw it too in theaters.
I'll watch it again.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
I will totally watch it again.
Yeah.
When
I want to see like any things I missed.
Did I miss? Yeah.
The whole scene with Chris Evans. That whole thing, I want to see that again.
Oh, that was cool, yeah. Well, November 12th, mark your calendars, because that's when you can start seeing it on Disney Plus at home.
It's about time, because I haven't watched even 1 second of Agatha all along. Not 1 second, Joanna.
Neither have I, but Lisa keeps telling me I got to watch it.
Yep.
Actor Billy Zane's jaw-dropping transformation into Marlon Brando has fans in awe as he prepares to premiere Waltzing with Brando, a biopic that explores the legendary actor's life during his most iconic roles that include The Godfather. A new still from the film, which is set to debut at the Torino Film Festival on November 30th, reveals Zane as a near-spitting image of Brando's character.
I'm going to bring up this picture.
Don Corleone, yeah.
I found the picture
it.
at People. Is this Marlon Brando or is this Billy Zane?
That is Billy Zane.
The hell out of Dodge.
It is Billy Zane. Can you believe it?
That's Billy Zane.
That's Billy Zane.
He's come a long way from Titanic.
Yeah, but he looks exactly like
look
Marlon
at how
Brando
he
did.
looks just like him.
He looks exactly.
The caption says Billy Zane in Waltzing with Brando.
No, you couldn't
tell. That is uncanny.
So good.
You couldn't
Matter
tell.
of fact, I still have my doubts.
Fans have taken to social media to express their admiration, with many saying Zane's portrayal is Oscar-worthy and could mark his major comeback to Hollywood. The new film from director and co-writer Bill Fishman is an adaptation of Bernard Judge's 2011 book of the same name. The book tells the story of a young Los Angeles architect who found himself, quote, unexpectedly living in an unpopulated atoll in the South Pacific with his client, Marlon Brando.
Sounds like Island of Dr.
Billy
Moreau
Zane.
to me. Like Brando's going to have like a little mouse man on his piano.
The film doesn't have a studio yet, but they're saying because of how great Billy Zane looks, studios will probably be fighting over which one will take it.
Okay, so I can already see he does have a Brando face just in general to him.
Yeah, when you look at side by sides of Billy Zane and Marlon Brando, like normally not in the whole Godfather getup, he kind of already did look like him.
You know, I honestly, as famous as Billy Zane is, I can only think of 3 things that I could name that he's been in.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Titanic.
Zoolander.
Yeah, a cameo in Zoolander. Titanic, he was Cal.
And The Phantom.
I wasn't thinking of The Phantom. Tombstone.
And Tombstone.
And Tombstone.
But the Phantom was his leading role vehicle.
It kind of flopped.
It flopped completely.
I don't think I could watch all of it. I think I tried to watch it on TV one time. I was like, this is terrible. So those are my three: Tombstone, Titanic,
Zoolander.
One of Rodney Alcala's survivors has slammed Netflix for its new movie, Woman of the Hour, which centers on the serial killer's time on the dating game TV show. Morgan Rowe, who was attacked by the serial killer and convicted sex offender when she was a teenager, has criticized the streaming giant, accusing it of reviving history. During an interview with UK newspaper The Sun, Rowan said the storyline of the film isn't factual. She highlighted the fact that the real-life Bradshaw, who's portrayed by Anna Kendrick in the movie, refused to go on the date with Alcala, but in the Netflix film, she did. While the date in the movie wasn't the official date organized by the game show, the real-life Bradshaw never spent one-on-one time with the killer.
Well, yeah, but they got to shush it up a little.
Well, she said, quote, "They just took the basic premise that he's a murderer and went on a game show, and that's about the only thing that's fact. They made the rest of it up. I don't like the revision of history, and I don't like the fact they're giving him more fame and attention. It's difficult to see the whole portrayal so differently. As bad as he was, they should get the story right, because if you're changing his history, then you're changing mine too." Morgan, who is a 72-year-old mother of two, contacted investigators after Alcala's death, saying that she was attacked by the serial killer in 1968 when she was 16. And finally, Nicholas Alexander Chavez has faced criticism online after being photographed with a pair of Halloween partygoers dressed as the Menendez brothers. Chavez plays the convicted murderer Lyle Menendez in the Ryan Murphy hit Netflix true crime drama. But when a picture of Chavez posing with the two unidentified Halloween partiers, one of whom was wearing a blood-splattered shirt, was posted on Reddit, many supporters of Lyle and Eric found it distasteful. One user wrote that they found Chavez's decision to agree to...
Oh, it's the fans of Eric and Lyle who found it distasteful, not the families of...
Not the family of victims, but the supporters of the actual brothers.
Oh, my God.
One user wrote that they found Chavez's decision to agree to the picture bizarre, adding, quote, "This is very disappointing from his side." Another referenced Murphy's previous serial killer series, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, writing, quote, "Disgusting and insensitive, just as people dressing up as Dahmer was insensitive to the victims. Let's not give these folks the attention they crave."
It is weird that we live in a society that glorifies serial killers almost. And I know that they wouldn't say that that's what they're doing.
Right.
But it is.
But it's kind of weird, especially because... I swear to you, Ryan Murphy is just putting hot guys as these serial killers. Because you look at them and you're like, they were not that hot. So, yeah, it's making it kind of cool and sexy to dress up as these killers.
We've fetishized it in a little way ourselves. Everybody, from the true crime podcasting about serial killers,
right,
to the Dateline episodes. I'm sure that people love to watch.
I think people have liked lurid tales,
yes,
and grisly details since writing was invented, and probably
that's a good
before.
Point.
Yeah. Well, with your entertainment news, I'm Joanna Barba.
Morning, folks. Early Bird here.
Hey,
Billy Zane. Yeah, great actor. I think one of my favorite movies of Billy Zane was, I don't know if you guys seen it. Buzz, you probably seen it. Maybe not. Real good movie. It's called Sniper. With Tom Berenger.
Yeah, right.
And Billy Zane. Billy Zane plays an Olympic gold medalist sharpshooter that has to team up with a Marine in the South American jungles. It's real good. All right, guys. You have a good morning.
Hey, we have one more commercial for anybody who's going to go political with their Halloween costume this year.
Hi, folks. It's Kamala Harris.
Oh, no.
Due to the success of the Kamala Costume Shop, I'm happy to announce that I've got a bunch more costumes available. Yep, I've got a wider selection than ever before. Like a convicted felon running for president costume.
You mean Trump?
No comment. Or a convicted felon running for president vampire. Talk about spooky.
So Trump dressed as a vampire?
I didn't say that. Or, how about a convicted felon running for President Mickey Mouse?
So Trump wearing Mickey Mouse ears?
You said it, not me.
Right. right.
The Kamala Costume Shop. Get your convicted felon running for president costume today.
Happy Holly My Weenie from the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
.me to get an additional first purchase today. LUMEN.ME, promo code radio77.
You are about to witness the most astounding living monstrosity of all time.
El Paso's rock monster.
Everyone's favorite monster.
This is the morning show on 95.5 KLAQ.
All right, Nico's going to have the news coming up for us in about half an hour.
Man, this morning's flying by.
Yeah, you got here 20 minutes ago.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
It totally flies by when you're not here for an hour.
Yeah. 45 minutes.
Are we going to do an afterbuzz today?
We is doing an afterbuzz today.
I was thinking, should I? Okay, so the parade's going to start at 3:30. I probably need to get there by 3, you know. All I have to do is put the costume on and walk on. Do I stick around the station all day, or do I go home and kind of rest up and get psyched up for the Halloween parade?
You have to go home to get your phone.
My phone died.
Joanna,
every time. This is the thing that drives me the craziest. They sell you a new phone for like $1,000, right?
Uh-huh.
But they don't give you the charger that will go into a port. I don't know how to describe these things. Also, I can't use the same one that I used on my iPhone before. They changed the phone, but they also changed the charger and the port size and everything else that goes into it. And I am calling it out right now as a hell-spawned plot to deprive hardworking Americans of their money.
Old man not telling it like it is.
Yeah.
Joanna, they gave him 2 USB-C to USB-C chargers. You know, the small port to small port?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what you use that for. That's not how chargers work in my
For
world.
every phone now.
For every phone. It's pretty much a universal charger for all phones. But they didn't give him the charging block.
Oh.
So he was like, what the hell is this? What the hell do I do with this cord?
How do I plug it into the wall?
How do I plug this?
If they valued their customers at all over a few extra dollars, they would just make it so your charging cord fits every time you get a new phone. You want some TV listings for tonight?
TV tonight.
So if you're going to be at home pretending you're not there so people don't ring your doorbell like me, here's what you can watch. Thursday night football, but you got to have Amazon for it. It's the New York Jets hosting the Houston Texans. The Jets are officially awful now. Joanna, Hallmark Plus has a couple new Christmas shows out for you, movies. The series premiere of Finding Mr. Christmas on Hallmark Plus, and the series premiere of Mistletoe Murders.
I'm not going to watch any Christmas TV show on...
Joanna and my mom will.
I want to see slashers.
Yeah, slashers. Also,
I want gore.
Joanna's going out tonight, so she's not watching movies. She's going to Halloween parties and getting effed up.
The streaming premiere of Despicable Me 4 is on Peacock tonight.
I will see that, actually.
Tonight's schedule also includes Law & Order at 7, Matlock, and Law & Order SVU at 8.
What the hell is Scrabble? Is there a Scrabble television show?
I didn't include it in there because I don't know what it is, but maybe. I guess now you can make a TV show out of people playing anything.
I saw this thing. I didn't want to say it because I didn't know if it was real or what it is.
It's Celebrity Ball in a Cup. You see, you get celebrities together with a ball on the end of a string, and you see how well the celebrities do getting it in a cup. That's probably a multi-million-dollar idea there. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Republican, has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris.
He has.
I mean, it took him 3 days to translate what he was saying, but eventually, I'm endorsing Kamala.
That's pretty good, actually. I think he said in his statement that he believes in the United States over party. Like he's voting for
the United States.
Yeah.
Here's one for you, and this is kind of a thought starter, so let's open it up. Somebody asked social media, what's a common American tradition that you think might not exist in 25 years? And they've got some pretty interesting responses and some pretty interesting reasons for the responses. So I'll give you a couple. Class reunions, mostly due to social media. They think class reunions might go by the wayside. I don't know. I think you're more likely to stay in touch and coordinate because every 5 years it rolls around, somebody, people from my high school class are planning some kind of reunion or whatever. So,
God, I don't even know if my class did a reunion.
Have you been to any of them, Joanna?
No.
I haven't either.
I think there was one for our 10 year.
Yeah.
But I didn't go.
I haven't been to a single one.
You've never been to any class reunion?
Not one.
My mom loves to go to the class reunions.
She does?
And then my mom will go to other class reunions. Like my aunt will be like, "Oh, my school is doing their class
and
reunion."
your mom will be like,
mom
"Let's go."
Yeah, because they throw these big parties and they have a live band.
Well, so this year was my friend Jeff Alexander was a year ahead of me. It was his. God, I shudder to even think. This would have been his 40th high school reunion. So if he graduated in 84, right? Anyway, he says what they do is they invite everybody who was in high school that same decade.
Yeah, that's kind of what my mom, the ones that
it's
my mom goes to.
If you went to OHS kind of around this time, you can also come to the reunion.
Yeah, my mom's all going to high school reunions of La Jeff and El Paso.
That's hilarious.
She's just crashing reunions.
Hey, Buzz, we're getting a lot of messages in the app chat for you about your iPhone charger thing.
I got a call.
But I'm telling you guys about common things that may not exist in 25 years.
Common traditions.
Oh,
don't you want to hear that?
Yeah, I didn't know that was the topic. I thought you were just saying things.
Trick-or-treating. There's some people think trick-or-treating might be a thing of the past. People say that there are designated areas, like the mall or a trunk or treat.
Those trunk or treats are
killing Halloween.
I don't know. I went to the mall for Halloween when I was little. I remember that. Sunland used to have awesome,
I was at Sunland the other day to go to the spirit store, and they have the signs trick or treat here.
Yeah, when I grew up, the mall was still cool, by the way. So
true.
Yeah.
True.
Gender reveal parties. I think gender reveal parties get a lot of hate. Some of them started fires.
Weird because
when people get hurt.
The ones that started fires, you're kind of like, what?
Well, there's forest fires and some people have died in the stupid thing.
Do that thing with the powder.
The powder, right. Christmas cards. I am amazed that Christmas cards are still a thing, and I think it's 30 ladies across the U.S. who are keeping Hallmark in business by
That's
sending
weird
Christmas
because
cards.
I want to do a Christmas card this year.
But with all your cats?
With my cats and my puppy.
So, Buzz, the purpose of Christmas cards is to let loved ones know how you're doing and showing off how you're doing to loved ones. Unless you're doing really good, you want people to know how your life is, then maybe you won't. Is
that what a Christmas card is
Maybe you won't be sending off Christmas cards.
The Christmas card is supposed to tell all of that.
No. The Christmas cards I get are just Merry Christmas, Aunt Linda. I never return a thank you card. I never acknowledge
That's
a Christmas card.
Are you saying that as a good thing?
I don't know. I can't.
Are you bragging
Are you bragging about this?
It seems like if I get a Christmas card from Aunt Linda, I'm going to call Aunt Linda and have a 30-minute conversation with her. I've put in more effort than she did on the card. So, you see what I'm saying? Love Aunt Linda. Got nothing against Aunt Linda.
I don't know if I look at the world the same way.
I know, that is such a weird, I guess.
How do you mean?
I don't know.
It seems so transactional. It just seems so...
When I open my mailbox and there's a Christmas card in there, I'm like, oh, great. Now I got to deal with this.
Okay.
Most people, when they see a Christmas card in their mail, they're like, oh my God, how nice.
Oh, somebody loves me.
Well, I'm not 13. I don't get money anymore, so I know there's nothing of value in there.
I'm doing a Christmas card this year.
Yeah.
Another time-honored tradition, Black Friday. Because it's become so online, and Amazon's got their Prime Days at other times of the year. It just doesn't seem that people go out and line up. Mm-hmm. The deal about it starts at midnight, and you got to trample everybody to get in to get an air fryer. Yeah, it seems like that's less of a thing.
And a lot of stores now these days are doing like Black Friday specials earlier.
Online or early.
Online,
Yeah,
or they start them early in November.
So this is a bad one. I never thought this was a great American observance. To take off right after Thanksgiving to go stand in line. Beauty pageants, for obvious reasons. That's one that I'm kind of amazed they still have beauty pageants in the United
it's still
States.
a very popular circuits in the South.
Some parts of the country, yeah. But it seems just completely out of time and place, you know? St. Patrick's Day. What?
That'll always be
Does
a thing.
anybody have any problem with St. Patrick's Day?
Just not
Some people say that St. Patrick's Day is a bigger deal in the Northeast and Midwest. Yeah, if you're talking about Boston and Chicago, for sure.
Right.
They say that St. Patrick's Day, or this is what some claim, has all but disappeared in the South and the West. I don't know. They usually have pretty good St. Patty's Day parties going on.
I don't really celebrate St. Patrick's Day anymore because of Irish car bombs.
Oh. As in you got obliterated by one?
They're sneaky. They taste good.
They are so good, but oh God, I can't drink those anymore. And every year I'm like, maybe this is the year I can drink an Irish car bomb again.
No.
It's not. No.
Nico, what did you say people wanted to talk about?
Oh, so okay, so people are giving you some hints, but some of these things are hilarious. One person says, Buzz, just Amazon USB-C cables and the wall plug for it. It's like really cheap. You can.
Why wouldn't they include the wall
Well,
plug
somebody
with the
called
phone?
in and said that the charger you already have, you can just disconnect the old charger and connect the new one.
I don't know what that means.
What do you mean you don't know what that means?
Dude, you need
disconnect the old charger from what?
From the box.
From the block,
I don't
charging
have
block.
the I don't have the block. Everything that I have has USB ports that go into it.
Yeah, see, he's saying that the block that he has does not have a USB-C.
I told the caller that. And they were like, no, he can do it.
Listen, overestimate me at your own peril.
But then somebody else says, Buzz defends rich people all the time and businesses, but once he gets scammed by a business over a charger lawsuit that they lost,
this
he's
guy
mad. Pick a side, Buzz.
Pick a side.
Yeah. How can you defend companies charging whatever they want for stuff because that's good business and market forces? And
now this sucks because
you
they
seem
just
to
keep
be the only one having a problem.
No, I'm not. There are millions of people like me out there.
No.
Hey, Buzz, did you ever have a hard time using the cable remotes when you barely got them?
I have a problem using the cable remote to this day.
Because I'm kind of getting the impression or the vibe that you kind of did based off of chargers, you know? Chargers are pretty universal, especially with the iPhone one.
One time I decided I was going to take every charger for every electronic device I had, and I was going to...
You gave it to me. You just went to... You got all of the things in your house on the electronic cables, and you put them in front of me, and you go...
Sort these out.
Which made no sense. Anyways.
And it's an impossible thing to do. So I laid them all out, all of my chargers, and then I tried to figure out what devices they went to. It was a monumental fool's errand.
It was a fool's errand because you don't have some of the devices that the chargers go to anymore.
Is this 5 Points or Stoner Guy?
Stoner Guy.
Stoner Guy.
Hey, Stoner Guy.
Yo.
What's up? What's going on, Stoner Guy?
Well, first of all, happy mother effing Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween, bro.
Heck yeah, man. Dude, so a couple of days ago, I didn't want to call in because I didn't want everybody to get online there and try to do the same thing I was doing. But the pre-sale ticket gods or spirits or even Satan was with me. And I got tickets to go see Ghost next year.
All right.
Nice.
Joanna loves going to see Ghosts. She's probably seen him 20 times.
Oh, I can't wait. It's a phone-free event, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh.
Now, I got 2 tickets, one for me and one for my wife. Her birthday is Saturday, and I'm trying to figure out... I kind of have a plan already and a way to tell her at her party, but I'm kind of seeing if anybody else out there has a good idea.
Like how to tell her that you got tickets for Ghost.
Yeah.
For next year.
How cute. You want to surprise her
like
with
a ticket
it.
reveal.
Exactly.
A ticket reveal.
A reveal, yes. Absolutely.
Huh.
This would have worked if you'd started weeks ago, but gaslight her into thinking her house is haunted.
Well, her house is totally haunted.
Then you put on a sheet and you pretend to be a ghost and you scare the bejesus out of her, and then you tell her, we have tickets to see ghosts.
Dude, totally on an unrelated note, her mom got her a Ouija board at her 9th or 10th birthday party.
Nice.
And made a bunch of parents mad over it.
Like there in San Angelo, you mean?
Yeah, yes, sir.
The word got back, and the parents were like, we don't want you doing devil craft with our children anymore. It's made by Parker Brothers. The Ouija board. And I'm not talking about the modern day. The original
one was a
Ouija
Parker
board
Brothers toy, too.
was made by Parker Brothers.
Hey, aren't you going as
hysteria?
Aren't you going
I'd play
as
with a Ouija board before I'd play with a Jumanji, because I don't want to get Jumanji'd inside a jungle.
Stupid.
Yeah, good point. Hey, aren't you
I'm listening, Nico.
Aren't you going as Ghost for Halloween this year?
I am, dude. I'm going as Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dress up like that again on Saturday. And be like, you're going to see ghosts.
And tell your girlfriend, I have something in my pants. I mean, my pocket. In my pants pocket for you. You got to search around until you find it. Okay, good luck. It sounds like she's going to be
That
happy.
would be a good idea, and maybe I should have somebody else be it, because then she'd look over at me and notice that it's not even me.
Oh, yeah. Get somebody who's kind of built like you.
Yeah.
You're like the same height.
Exactly.
That'd be a good one. All right, whatever you come up with.
We're brainstorming this, El Paso. Help me out.
Right on. Whatever you come up with is going to be very good, Stoner Guy.
Thank y'all, man. Dude, love y'all. Have a great
Love you, buddy. Be
Halloween.
safe.
I hope the parade goes great.
Oh, thanks, man. You got to come up to El Paso one of these days for these parades. They're really great.
Man, as soon as I am off probation, I already told my
You sound like half of our audience. I'm coming to see you guys as soon as I get out. All right. Thanks, Stoner Guy.
As soon as I get out. Yeah, right. Later.
Okay. Let's take a break. More of the Buzz Adams Morning Show's on the way right after this.
Happy Halloween. Politicians aren't just ignoring, defying the law they swore to uphold. Advocate for America paid for and is responsible for the content of this ad. Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Have some giveaways, and I can make it your choice while they last. Tickets to see UTEP play. They got a home game. Seems like it's been a long time since they had a home game. Saturday against Middle Tennessee. Got tickets for that. Striper concert tonight at the Plaza Theater. And I do want to say those tickets are here in our building. They're closing the office at 1:30 today, for Halloween and the parade and everything. So if you win those, KLAQ Haunted House of Terror tickets. Today's the last day you can use these tickets. Also, we can have those on a will call list at the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror, which is at 13900 Montana. They're going to be open today and got to stay open late. Expecting a lot of people to come out on Halloween night. I also have tickets. Now, this concert is a few months away. Kill Switch Engage at the Don Haskins Center, March the 11th. But I'm going to kind of put all those on the line as prizes that you can win. Office will close today at 1:30 p.m. So if you got tickets to Striper or anything that's happening tonight, tickets are here. Just be aware the office closes at 1:30. We will be open tomorrow, though. We might do some spooky trivia. We might do some reverse trivia, some Stump the Chumps. I haven't quite decided. So they let Joe Biden campaign, and he immediately called Trump supporters garbage. And I think now they're probably just going to put him under lock and key for the next week.
Who cares?
Well,
Who cares? It's the most hypocritical. It's the least offensive thing Joe Biden or anybody could say about Trump supporters in the world.
Yeah,
like
he's obviously
Donald
not
Trump
with
has
the program.
Donald Trump has called Democrats and Kamala's supporters radical left loonies and crazies and
enemies of America.
Yeah, enemies of America, like ridiculous.
It was kind of rich watching these right wing like J.D. Vance people try to act so offended that President Joe Biden would refer to Americans as garbage. I mean, it's pretty hypocritical, but I think there is a reason that they've been keeping him out of the public eye. I mean, at this point, Joe Biden is...
He's been a gaffe machine even during his own
He's been
run.
a gaffe machine his entire life.
Yeah.
He has been, but I had read a report that said that he was miffed that they were keeping him off the campaign trail. And I got to be honest with you, some days I wake up and I forgot that Joe Biden's still the president.
Right.
Because he's been sidelined so much. It's like, wow, I wonder what President Harris is going to... Yeah, so he was on some kind of phone call. I don't even know if audio of it exists, but he was talking to Latino voters. He was talking about the comments at the Klan rally or whatever they called it at Madison Square.
Fest.
The Love Fest at Madison Square Garden. He said, he called Puerto Rico trash, the only trash I see. And I don't even know specifically what he said. Did he say his supporters, his
only
voters?
garbage I see are his supporters, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Look, you got to sit back and just marvel at the chutzpah of some of these people to go on the talk show and
The
talk
nerve.
about so divisive, so hateful to other Americans.
The nerve of J.D. Vance calling it out, or Jesse Waters, or Janine Pirro, Judge, like, you're the trolliest trolls in the world. So Joe Rogan has commented on the Tony Hinchcliffe set that happened at the Madison Square Garden rally for Donald Trump. I don't know if you want to hear that. I also have a story from Alice Cooper. No, I don't have any audio for it, but I just have a story about Alice Cooper as well.
What do you want to do? Because you got news coming up here in about 5.
You tell me, what do you want to hear?
What did Rogan have to say? You got that ready?
Yes. Oh, man. We're right when I bring it up. My computer freezes.
Of course.
I hate when that happens.
Gosh. He's, okay. Oh, no? It's still frozen. Okay, I think I got it. I think I finally got it. So, we all know the joke that Tony Hinchcliffe said.
He said there's a giant island of garbage floating in the ocean. Yeah, it's called Puerto Rico. It's like a Don Rickles. Don Rickles might have done that joke 50 years ago.
He got some groans.
It sounds like an internet joke, like a stock joke. Honestly, I don't know who would just think of it like that, but maybe. Well, Joe Rogan...
I'm just saying, there were other speakers there that were saying things that were much more offensive, and there were people selling T-shirts that had vulgar slurs.
Oh,
some
I
of
think
them
we've
racial
seen the
in
shirts
nature.
that are way more
that
the
are
worst.
way worse than any joke Tony Hinchcliffe might have made.
Well, during a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, he shared his thoughts on the controversy and revealed he had warned Tony Hinchcliffe about the audience not responding well to that particular joke.
But
Quote,
Rogan told this to Tony Hinchcliffe?
Yes.
Okay.
They're friends, if you didn't know this or not.
All right.
And that his Kill Tony started on the Joe Rogan network of podcasts. Quote, it's a terrible setup. It's a political rally, and you're doing jokes like you're in a comedy club. Don't do it. That joke kills at a comedy club. I don't like the joke, but it kills. I said to him, I go, dude, that's the one that's going to get you stabbed. And he used to talk about it on stage.
Well, even that's kind of, that's some implied racism. Like, what are you saying? Puerto Ricans will stab you?
Yeah, no, they definitely will.
I don't think anyone's denying it.
Hey, nobody's denying that. They definitely will.
I've never been to Puerto Rico. Is it nice?
I seen pictures of my friends who go. It looks
very
beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's part of the United States, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's part of the United States. The people that live there are U.S. citizens.
So it seems,
I don't know. I mean, is it garbagey?
Does it matter? What does it matter? Dude, are you trying to put logic to the? What are you doing?
It's just like, well, there's garbage there, right? There's garbage everywhere,
yeah,
dude.
how are you trying to connect the joke to any sense of reality?
I don't know. I've never been to Puerto Rico. I thought maybe one of you guys had been and could tell me if it's nice.
Sure.
It's
But it
an
has
island.
nothing to do with the joke whatsoever.
Okay. All right. We called it an island of floating garbage.
Because there is a floating island of garbage in the Pacific Ocean. Have you heard about the Garbage Patch Island?
Yeah, no, I get the context.
Okay. That's the only joke. There's no other joke to...
Except that he's saying, yeah, it's called Puerto Rico.
But he's not literally saying Puerto Rico is full of trash.
All right, carry on.
Oh, I'm just telling you. That's the quote. That was the quote that he already... So it seems like that Tony had
Told him
been...
before or after?
Before. So it seems like Tony had been warned enough by lots of people that it was not going to go well.
Is he the one they said that they looked through his speech and he had like worse things on there and they told him, you can't say that?
He was going to call Kamala the C word.
Or was that someone else? Yeah. Okay.
I'll go so far as to say the candidate has said worse stuff than the Puerto Rican trash. The enemy within, all that stuff is worse than that. Tony Hinchcliffe isn't a guy who could be elected president in 6 days.
Exactly. Yeah, he's a comedian. That's what he does.
Joanna, I want to take a break. We'll come back and have news headlines with Nico Adjemian. Have you settled on which cat is going to wear a costume this year? Because none of them want to wear the costume.
Pixie.
Just the most compliant?
Yeah. She just kind of goes a little limp, but if you give her a treat, she's fine.
Why don't you NyQuil him up?
With catnip?
Yeah.
It doesn't work, Nico, okay?
You already have your slutty costume. Look at you. You look like a whore. But what about your dog or cat or bird? You always get them a costume. Why not make it slutty? That's hot. Come to Fido's Secret. For the biggest selection of slutty petware that you know of, Fido's Secret has dog and cat lingerie for sexier animals. What? Plus, we have fake legs for your dog to hump. Or whatever. You can dress your bird like a slutty pirate. Parrot. Ask about the golden shower fish. Trash panda. And vibrating dog bones. What? We didn't say they were all good costumes. So let your animals be animals. But, you know, slutty. Fido's Secret. Located right next to Fido's furry costumes. For you. You weirdo.
Short break. Nico Adjemian next with news headlines on the Q.
The U.S. is saying that North Korean troops in Russian uniforms are heading toward Ukraine. I'll have the details next in news.
This Halloween, we're handing
This morning show, we're back.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a Town Square media station.
Happy Halloween, everybody. It's time for news headlines with Nico Adjemian.
The fun is about to begin.
Real quick, I guess this was from yesterday, and Trump speaking.
I was going to bring this up.
Why does he have like a traffic vest? Like is he already doing his community service? Is he picking up trash along the side of the highway or something?
Is it him in that orange vest?
Yeah. What is that?
If you were paying attention yesterday, Donald Trump seized on the comments by Joe Biden right after they happened, and his campaign set him up with a garbage truck to get in. And so he got into a garbage truck, and it drove around in circles in front of his Green Bay rally, right in front of his Green Bay rally.
Wait, Donald Trump arrived in a garbage truck. Is that what you're saying?
Did I not just say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see this.
Yeah, they see.
Did he drive it?
No, he just waved and they just drove in circles.
Okay,
but it's kind of like the own to the Dems.
Isn't the picture kind of weird though?
It is kind of weird. And then I guess
it looks like, sometimes community service, you got to go out on the side of the highway and pick up trash. It looks like he's already started.
It's a safety vest. It's like a safety road vest. But then he wore it on stage, which is weird. A weird choice. There's no traffic you have to watch out about. Also, he made a very strange comment about women.
What did he say?
Do you know what it is?
I'm trying to see if
Is it a different place to grab them?
Let's see if my computer...
And my people told me about 4 weeks ago, I was saying, no, I want to protect the people. I want to protect the women of our country. I want to protect the women. Sir, please don't say that. Why? They said, we think it's very inappropriate for you to say. I said, why? I'm president. I want to protect the women of our country. They said... They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say, pay these guys a lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
That's been his policy for a long time.
Migrants coming in.
Yeah.
I'm going to protect them from foreign countries that want to hit us with missiles and lots of other things.
But right before that, he says this mishmash of words that is just indescribable. He goes, women, you'll never feel so safe. You'll never feel so safe. I'm going to make you feel so safe that you're never going to want anything else ever again. What are you going to do?
He's going to pass out a rape whistle to every woman in America in case they're ever on the same block as Donald Trump.
All right, let's get into some serious news. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin hosted South Korean Defense Minister Kim Jong-hyun at the Pentagon yesterday, and after their meeting, Austin revealed new information about Russia. During a press conference, the secretary told reporters that North Korean troops wearing Russian uniforms and carrying Russian equipment are moving toward the Ukrainian front. Austin said that some advanced units have already made it into Russia's Kursk region and said that the likelihood is pretty high that Russia will send those troops into combat. Ukraine's UN ambassador Sergei Kryslystia told an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council yesterday that they expect up to 4,500 North Korean troops to be at their border in the week. And Ukraine also expects those troops to start engaging in combat operations by November, which is tomorrow. Austin said officials are talking about what to do about the deployment, which has not only raised concerns about the Russia-Ukraine war, but about what aid Russia might be giving North Korea in exchange for the soldiers.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be giving North Korea any military aid.
They are not. Nobody is. But I guess they are.
Well, if you signed on to this UN resolution, which Russia had.
Yes.
Putin had signed it.
Here is Lloyd Austin.
The evidence now suggests that North Korea has sent around 10,000 soldiers to train in eastern Russia. And some of these DPRK troops have already moved closer to Ukraine. And we're seeing them outfitted with Russian uniforms and provided with Russian equipment. We certainly can work with others to discourage this kind of behavior, but I didn't mean to imply that we can stop that. But certainly their actions have consequences, as all actions have consequences, and they need to be mindful of that.
And he finally talked about what was just brought up, that Russia did sign on to that UN resolution banning any help to North Korea.
Russia signed onto the UN Security Council resolutions agreeing not to provide military assistance to North Korea. Of course, we know that Putin has gone tin-cupping to get weapons from the DPRK and Iran.
I want to know what tin cupping is. Is that going around like begging with a tin cup? Give me.
Is that what he said?
It's what it sounded like he said. By the way, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, what a voice! Like James Earl Jones, man, what a great voice the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, he's got a good one. Got a good voice. Yeah. Well, the Supreme Court issued a ruling yesterday that clears the way for Virginia to remove around 1,600 alleged non-citizens from its voter rolls. The court granted a request from state officials to pause an order from a lower court that blocked Virginia from following through with the voter removal program. The National Voter Registration Act requires states to purge ineligible voters up to 90 days before federal elections. But yesterday's order means Virginia can purge more voters from its rolls between now and Tuesday. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin praised the ruling as a victory for common sense and election fairness, while the Justice Department, which brought the original lawsuit, said in a statement, "We disagree with the Supreme Court's order." The ruling was issued with a 6-3 majority, with Justices Sonia Sotomayor, Elena Kagan, and Ketanji Brown Jackson all saying they would have denied the request from Virginia. Now, my thing is, if they are non-citizens and they're on the voter rolls, then they shouldn't be voting. That is absolutely true. But I think the reason for the 90 days before elections is to not do it too soon before you could have a chance to actually verify whether they were non-citizens or not.
Okay. My daughter turned 18 just a few weeks ago, and she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to vote. She was looking forward to voting.
Can we all agree, though, that non-citizens should not be voting?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Unless
it's
there's some exception that I'm not aware of someplace.
I don't think so, and I'm pretty sure
if you're a legal resident alien, you don't vote.
No,
no.
If you're a naturalized U.S. citizen, you can vote, though, right?
Yes.
If you're a U.S. citizen, you vote.
Yeah,
if you're
I'm
not
with
a
you.
citizen,
I'm with you. If you're not a citizen of the country,
you shouldn't vote. Shouldn't vote. And I think Republicans have definitely been trying to push this message that Democrats would love for non-citizens to vote, that Democrats would love to have illegal immigrants come over because they would vote for Democrats. No.
I'm so against immigrants voting. I don't think Melania or Elon Musk should be allowed.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Well, investigators said yesterday that the man who set up incendiary devices at ballot boxes in Portland and nearby Vancouver, Washington, had a wealth of experience in metalworking and welding. And they say that was determined by how the devices were constructed and the way that they were attached to the drop boxes. Authorities have described the suspect as a white male between 30 and 40 years old, and they also think he may not be done, as authorities think he may be planning additional attacks. The devices were marked with messages that included Free Gaza and Free Palestine. Now, I think that's interesting because that could also be just anybody who
trying to throw you off the trail.
Trying to throw you off the trail of who actually might be doing this.
They have not made an arrest in this yet.
They don't even have a picture or name for the
They
person.
thought they had a picture maybe of the car.
The truck or car, right. And an 18-year-old named Caleb James Williams was arrested outside a polling place in Neptune Beach, Florida on Tuesday after allegedly trying to intimidate voters with a machete. Neptune Beach Police Chief Michael Key said Williams brandished the machete at two women who were 71 and 50 years old. Williams has been charged with aggravated assault on a person 65 years of age or older and improper exhibition of a firearm or dangerous weapon. 7 other male teenagers were with him, and Key said in a press conference, the group was there for no other reason but for ill intentions and to cause a disturbance. None of the other teens who were there, all 16 and 17, currently face any charges.
They were 16 and 17 years old, or there were 16 and 17 of them?
16, 17 years old.
Okay.
Hey, Buzz, that means that all your girlfriends, past and present, can't vote. Sorry.
It shows what you know. Some of them are felons. So there.
Yeah. No, Buzz's girlfriend exes should not vote at all.
Why?
Didn't you say one of them is like a Trump supporter?
One of them just became a naturalized U.S. citizen, and immediately she is like, I go for Trump.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Why
and I'm like, why?
Just like her.
It does, doesn't it? I am for Trump.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
The other day she called Buzz, and Buzz was just like, okay, bye. And she's all, no, don't hang up on me.
Are you still talking to her?
Oh.
Nico, you shut your mouth.
Okay. And Buzz is all like, okay, bye. And she's like, no, don't hang up on me.
Sorry, Oli.
And I'm like, why would you vote for Trump? You just became a citizen like 2 months ago. Too many the Mexicans.
You're one of the too many. You're one of the too many.
No, I am citizen now. Yeah.
I would never want her to be able to vote. I would never want the other one to be able to vote. I would never want any of your
exes are questionable.
The quality of your choices in women is such a questionable thing.
I don't like the fact that you are disenfranchising so many lovely women
that aren't citizens.
That's not true. One of them just became a citizen.
Right.
I don't know how she passed that test. God.
And she had to take it twice.
She did? All right, let's hear from the police chief, Michael Key, talking about this incident at Neptune Beach.
Go ahead.
To say I'm disturbed is an understatement. I'm mad that this happened in Neptune Beach. This goes way beyond expressing freedom of speech. To say your piece is your First Amendment protected right, but that goes out the window the moment you raise a machete over your head in a threatening manner.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anybody saying anything that could have been construed as a political message one way or the other. I guess, Joanna, didn't you write a story that some guy had take his Trump hat off and he got pissed off?
Oh, yeah,
over
he
that?
got real mad.
You're not allowed to wear. Oh, at the polling place.
At the
probably.
polling places, yeah.
But I didn't see anybody. Yeah, look, people were there to do their duty and in and out, and all the poll workers were there to facilitate it. I didn't see anything hinky or out of the ordinary, but apparently you got a couple of stories here that there are some, that.
I mean, you're not talking about any voter.
Well, just like anybody like sitting there in a very menacing way.
Well, that's
like
fine, but you're not talking about any voter fraud, right?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm saying it seemed free of any kind of.
Well, when you say hinky, when you talk about polling and hinky, you're starting to get really close to.
I would consider hinky if there were a whole tent of MAGA people just outside the area where you're allowed to be, like filming and taking pictures. I would find that to be an example of like intimidation.
Yeah. And you're saying you haven't seen. Well, why don't we say the thing actually then? Voter intimidation was the thing that you were talking about that you have not seen.
I have not seen one single shred of anything
voter
that could be construed as voter intimidation from anybody in my voting experience.
Because if we talk about this stuff in general terms and we don't actually specify, people will be like, "What are you talking about? Fraud? Did you see people voting illegal?"
Well, get a load of this. I noticed that they don't have like a police officer stationed at a polling place, just to keep the peace. Or I don't know if they ever have before, but to some people that could be intimidating.
A police officer?
Yeah.
Who said that?
That it could be intimidating to somebody? There are entire groups of Americans who mistrust the police or don't want to be in the vicinity of where a police officer is.
Oh.
Okay.
What if you had a border patrol agent standing at a polling place?
Well, then there shouldn't be illegals that go to the polling place.
Yeah, but some people might still be skittish.
Stay away from polling, illegals.
Okay.
It's the easiest decision to make. I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm just saying that if you post a uniformed law enforcement officer at a polling place, there's a chance some people see that and say nope and just turn around and drive the other way.
Well, maybe those are people you don't want voting in the first place.
You know what? Or maybe they are. Maybe they're afraid for some different reason. Maybe they smell strongly of weed and it's just like, no, I don't want to go in here. Anyway, everything seemed to be running completely normal.
Okay.
When I voted.
Well, a deadly bear attack in Montana has turned out to be murder. The Gallatin County Sheriff's Office says 35-year-old Dustin Kearsem was found dead earlier this month in Moose Creek near Big Sky.
Moose Creek. I'm sorry.
Moose Soup
in Moose Creek near Big Sky. It was originally thought to be a vicious bear attack. Now, here's the thing. A person came out of the woods or got help to his camping site. And the police said there was just like blood and the guy was mauled in his tent.
As if by a bear?
As if by a bear. Turns out it was murder. A bear expert with the state wildlife department said, however, they did not find any signs of bear activity at the scene. Yesterday, sheriff's deputies arrested the suspect in the attack, who they believe acted alone, and said the camping area is now safe. The suspect led investigators to some of the case's evidence himself. He brought him back to the area and was like, "This is where the attack took place."
So he's the suspect then?
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Also, how many kids do you think are going to get like sugar OD today?
I don't know. Do most parents at least make your kid pace yourself a little bit? Don't eat it all on Halloween night?
I'm sure some parents do, yeah.
I have some tips for parents out there. Doctors recommend having a healthy dinner before trick-or-treating so that that kids can be full before any sugar rush.
Mm-hmm.
And Russia is fining Google for more money. Have you heard this news story yet, Buzz?
No.
Russia is fining Google for more money than the world's entire gross domestic product. Sky News says a Russian judge made the decision this week after Google removed state-run and pro-government accounts from YouTube. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I'm not completely sure on that.
Are you paying attention at all to this story?
Well, I was looking for something about the candy. I knew I had something.
This was a story for you because I knew you would like this one.
Okay, tell it to me again. Russia is suing Google.
Russia's fining Google.
Fining Google.
For more money than in the entire world.
Is it like trillions of dollars?
Nope, it's more than that. It's more than trillions.
Quadrillion?
More than quadrillions.
All right.
I don't know what happened.
And they're doing this because Google removed state-run government accounts from YouTube. And this was done by a judge. Google is fined an undecillion rubles, which is a 1 followed by 36 zeros.
Yeah, rubles, that's like $35.
Rubles.
Right. Which is 1 followed by 36 zeros, or a trillion times a trillion times a trillion. The court said Google cannot return to the Russian market until after the fine is paid. But Google has a current stock market value of about $2.1 trillion.
Okay. But that's not even a spit in the ocean, right?
To a trillion times a trillion times a trillion? No, not at all. Do I have time for one more, Joanna, or no?
No.
Okay. And with your news, Nico.
So the advice is give your kids a healthy, filling dinner before trick-or-treat activities.
That is right.
And that way they won't load up so much on candy.
That's right. Or get a sugar rush.
Yeah. All right.
I was eating a Kit Kat late one night when my door revealed an eerie sight. Some young monsters tried to grab the sweets I prize, yelled trick or treat and fixed their eyes.
Right on my stash.
Right on my candy stash.
My candy stash.
My M&M's didn't last.
My candy stash.
Wicks were gone in a flash.
My candy stash.
They took my candy stash. Soon my sugar daddies and 3 musketeers in their plastic pumpkins, they all disappeared. The ghouls all left with the Snickers they stole. Then more showed up to take my Tootsie Rolls.
They took my stash.
They took my candy stash.
My candy stash.
My Milky Ways, they went fast.
My candy stash.
I tried to offer them cash.
My candy stash.
They took my candy stash. No, go away. You can't have my milk duds. The only way you'll get my almond joys is prying them from my cold dead hands. Wait, no, not my butterfingers. Come.
Halloween parade, 3:30 is our parade start at Album Park this afternoon. We hope to see you there.
I hate to be the one to tell you, but there's a clown right
from the 29th for a sweet treat when the Twin Peaks girls serve you in their most scandalous costumes.
the razor blade and the popcorn ball of Texas radio.
For God's sake, how do you stop it?
You care.
Welcome to
the Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
All right, we're getting ready for the KLAQ Halloween Parade. Woo! The morning show float, sponsored by Jack in the Box, is our tribute to Midsummer. You know, everyone's favorite Ari Aster horror movie.
I hear the people out there. What?
From 2020.
What are you talking
It's going to look amazing.
It's going to be great.
Our costumes are going to be great.
Yeah, what movie is that?
I have one mission for you guys.
Yeah.
While we're there at the parade. I have been wanting a candy apple since like a month ago.
Like Craven.
Like Craven, a candy apple.
Okay.
So while we are out there, the second you see a candy apple vendor, you let Joanna know.
Will there be one?
God, I know there was one last year because I remember being on the float and I was like, oh my God, there's one right there.
Oh, is this going to be another year where you can't throw candy because you're going to be like positioned somewhere?
I don't think I can throw candy.
I don't think because of my costume.
You have to throw candy. There's no way I can do both.
Buzz says he can't do that.
There's no way I can do it by myself or both sides of the float.
But Buzz, your costume can move.
Nah, I drove to work in it. It hampered me very much.
You can totally throw candy. Hey,
it's difficult to drive in my costume.
Somebody in our app chat says, I keep missing the announcement. Who's the parade marshal?
Oh my God, I have the answer for who our parade marshal is.
Last year's parade marshal was here 2 days ago. Scooter from Tex-Mex Motors.
Was last year's.
Yeah. He reminded me of that.
Oh, cool.
So who's our Grand Marshal this time
I
around?
wrote it down. I don't have it.
Is it somebody?
It's a basketball player from Utah.
Currently on the team, or
No, I forgot her name.
Okay. Oh, her.
Oh. We should probably know this.
Well, it'll
also
be a surprise for everybody to find out who the Grand Marshal this year is.
Also, somebody in our app chat said...
Kayla Thornton.
Oh, Kayla
of
Thornton.
The WNBA. Grand Marshal of our parade
Congrats,
this year.
Kayla. And in our app chat, somebody says felons can vote after they are off of paper with no probation and carry firearms as well, only if you don't have a violent case. This is from our user El Cholo.
Okay.
Okay, good to
All
know.
right.
Also, in our app chat, Edgar says he's going to try the hint that I posted. You could check out on the mobile app or at KLAQ.com. I have the full map of the parade route. Plus, I give hints as to where you should set up because we don't see a lot of people on these streets.
Right. There's some dead spots along the parade route.
Some nooks and crannies.
But it starts at Album Park, winds through the neighborhood, and ends up back at Album Park. Here's a call that just came in on the neckline. Remember, you can call the neckline during the show or outside the show, night or day. It's 24 hours a day. Neckline is 844-805-NECK. That's 844-805-6325.
Hey, Mocho, good morning. I just heard you guys talking about, kids getting sugar rush and pacing themselves and all that. Well, just a little tip, maybe others can use it too. I usually walk around with my kids and I have a backpack that I dump their buckets into every once in a while so their buckets don't get heavy. But in reality, I'm collecting all the candy. That way when we get in the car, when we're done, and we go home and they're like, can we have some candy? I tell them when we get home. And when we get home, they're like, can we have some candy? I'll give them one or two. And then I put the rest away, and now they don't have buckets of candy in the room. It's worked for 5 years straight. It's awesome, and they never complain because they don't have to carry all the candy either.
Life
and
hack.
now the parents in possession of the candy. Just a tip. It works. It's awesome. Love the show.
Yeah, life hack right there.
I've heard this before. It's called gatekeeping, sir, and we are not for gatekeeping anymore. That is.
Is your parent gatekeeping your candy? You could call us.
Let us
and we
know.
can help you with that. That's a good life hack because as soon as the bucket starts getting heavy, kids start complaining like, I don't want to hold it.
You know this for a fact, though?
Yes.
I don't think I ever, in all my trick-or-treating years, I never got so much candy that I needed, like, to drop off a bag. I never got more than a bag full of candy.
One of my nephews was just notorious and always, I don't want to hold this anymore.
Oh,
Did I
you go
tell
with?
you how much I cried yesterday?
No, why?
I was bawling.
Why? Because they didn't want to go?
No, because yesterday we're trying to teach our puppy to give the candy to the trick-or-treaters.
Aww.
And so my nephews were pretending to be trick-or-treaters so we could get Nanook to put the candy in the bags. And they came up the porch and they were like, trick-or-treat. And then it just reminded me of when they were little.
And you just started crying?
And I started crying so much. I'm going to cry again, just remembering.
Yeah. They're all like 8 feet tall now.
They're so tall. And one of them was like, oh, I want to go trick-or-treating, kind of. And I was like, oh, my sweet boys want to trick-or-treat
So
again.
my mom is an easy crier as well. And what's going to happen, Joanna, is that we're just going to get a kick out of making you cry for certain things. Like,
And one of them is dressing up and going to the parade with us today.
Aww.
I'm so excited. I was crying so much yesterday.
Let me read this. I don't know if I can make this funny or not, but these are like just safety tips for Halloween, so probably not a bad idea.
Yeah,
to share
good idea.
them. You know the thing about some sicko putting razor blades in candy?
Yeah, apparently you're the razor blade and the popcorn ball of
Texas
radio. Yeah.
The police say there's never been a single case of a stranger putting a razor blade in candy, but they still do the x-rays. Police departments still do that anyway, but there are things you need to be aware of. Walk defensively. This is for parents and kids. I don't know, do parents let their kids go out and walk the neighborhood by themselves anymore?
Yeah,
It's been
it
so
depends.
long since I've done Halloween. Assume all drivers are distracted, because they probably are. Kids under 12 should go with trustworthy adults to keep an eye on them. Yeah, I guess 12. That's kind of getting to your last year of trick-or-treating, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we have a story yesterday that there are some towns that have an ordinance to say no trick-or-treating if you're over 12?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
For you drivers, drive even more carefully than normal.
Oh, God. It's the scariest
For God's sake,
night.
don't text and drive. And if you're wearing a mask, make sure
you can see through
you've
it.
got peripheral vision.
Yeah. How about this? Don't wear a mask when you're driving. Just don't do that.
Yeah, but some people get their thing, and they want it all perfect for when they get there, and then they got to drive. Keep it well under the speed limit. Never drink and drive. Back out of driveways slowly, because some of the trick-or-treaters go out like at 4 in the afternoon.
Imagine you just hear a thud.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
They've got one here.
I just killed Deadpool.
Be careful with costumes. Glow sticks and reflective tape are a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. Reflective tape is great, except Dracula didn't wear reflective tape.
But
I'm a stickler for authenticity.
But Edward was a sparkly vampire.
If your costume has a mask, or your kid's costume has a mask, make sure they can see through it. Okay. So this is what Halloween costumes. I can remember one of my first Halloween costumes. I was Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not Scooby, Shaggy. So it came with a Shaggy mask made of plastic, like hard plastic, that just was held in place with an elastic band around the back of your head. But then it came with a smock. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
A smock. And on the smock...
A smack.
...was a picture of Shaggy. A picture of the cartoon character I'm going as.
Uh-huh.
Shaggy doesn't wear a shirt with a picture of Shaggy on it.
No.
And
so
all
funny
the costumes
you
were
mentioned
like
that.
this back in the old days.
Like, it wasn't an actual costume. It was just a smock with a picture of...
And a smock.
A smock.
The kind of thing they put on you at a barbershop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the...
Vintage.
I think total cost $1
Sweet.
for the costume back in the day.
Hey, in our app chat, Manji has a very interesting candy hack. If you're taking your kids trick-or-treating, he says, I used to take my kids' candy after trick-or-treating and then use that for the neighbor kids who would ring our doorbell.
People have all kinds of
life hack.
Let's take a look at the Mo Show calendar and daily almanac of events, and then we got to take another break here before too long. Tonight is Beggar's Night, it says. Remember we had that story that called the 30th Beggar's Night? Tonight's Beggar's Night as well as Halloween. Or what is the little goth girl in Trick or Treat call it? Samhain? Samhain.
Joanna's a witch. What do you guys call it?
I'm not a witch.
Yeah, but you're witch adjacent.
You're witch adjacent.
I'm not saying that you cast spells or have...
I definitely have
tried
tried to put a hex on popular girls before.
But I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts you're a bigger than average Stevie Nicks fan.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And her favorite TV show was Charmed.
I told you that in confidence.
Today... Now it just seems like they're naming things that are associated with Halloween. Today is National Caramel Apple Day, Joanna.
No, screw the caramel apple. I want a candy apple.
Is that... Okay, I got to stop and talk to you real about that. Is that the one that looks like it's been lacquered? Like
yes,
it's red?
in red blood.
I've never had one of those.
You've never had a candy apple?
I've had plenty of caramel apples.
We're going to do it together. We're going to find candy apples today.
Today's National Doorbell Day.
Like, ding dong.
Because you'll be hearing that all night.
Here are some Halloween birthday babies, some celebrities that were born on Halloween. Willow Smith, daughter of Will and Jada, is 24 today.
Hey, you just completely skipped that it's Knock Knock Day.
It is Knock Knock Day. I sometimes...
Because you'll be hearing knock knock.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Waddle.
Waddle who?
What'll you give me to stop knocking? You want any more?
Nope. Vanilla Ice is 57. His reputation as a legit rapper, I don't think stood the test of time. But you know who's dead? Birthday boy Adam Horovitz of Beastie Boys. He's 58 today.
Yeah, but is Adam Horovitz touring in the I Love the 90s tour? No.
Ad Rock is how old?
Ad Rock is 58.
58.
Mm-hmm. Comedian Rob Schneider was born on Halloween. He turned 61. And actor Dermot Mulroney, also 61.
My God, I love Dermot Mulroney.
Oh, you probably were all into my best friend's wedding and stuff.
Yes. Such a good looking. And then he came out in New Girl. Beautiful man.
Director Peter Jackson of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies and a bunch of other ones is 63 today. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
And retired newsman and fellow Texan Dan Rather. Dan Rather is 93 today. A couple of dates in history. These things happened on Halloween. 14 years ago, 2010, The Walking Dead premiered on AMC.
Were you blown away when you first saw it?
Yeah, that first episode. So, spoiler, 14-year spoiler here. When Rick wakes up in the hospital, it was reminiscent kind of 28 Days Later, which had come out about 10 years before. Remember that thing was he was in a coma or something and he wakes up in a hospital and the world has totally gone to hell. That's exactly how The Walking Dead opens.
Mm-hmm.
There have been, at least 5 spinoffs of Walking Dead. But the very first episode aired 14 years ago on this date, 2010.
So boring.
No, man, I'm telling you, those first seasons were great, all the way through Negan.
Uh-huh.
I think it's after the Negan season.
After they bring in that weird group.
The Whispers.
I think that's
Remember the Whispers?
The ones where you have to wear zombies?
Yeah, you wear their face.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's kind of when they started losing me, too, if I'm honest.
Hey, Buzz, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Eileen.
Eileen who?
I lean a little when I get tired.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ghost.
Ghost who?
Go someplace else if you're going to tell these stupid jokes. Halloween night, 1993. 23-year-old River Phoenix did a combination of drugs called a speedball. He collapsed and died outside the Viper Room, a Hollywood club that was then owned by Johnny Depp. So that was on a Halloween night in 1993. So happy Halloween, everybody. Enjoy it safely. I say get as much candy as you can. Get in it for the candy. When will you have another chance again? All right, and here's a PSA because we're only 5 days out from Election Day.
My name is Davis, and I'm stupid.
Hi, I'm Joanne, and for as long as I can remember, I've been a stupid person.
I'm stupid, and my parents are both stupid. I'm stupid, and my grandson is stupid.
Nearly 1 in 5 U.S. adults live with a mental illness or learning disability.
And we are not that. Believe me, they checked.
I'm just plain stupid.
I always knew I was different. Things that were obvious to everyone else were always very complicated for me.
Jokes have to be explained. Movies have to be explained. Foods have to be explained. Slowly.
I found out I was stupid walking full speed into a glass window. A stained glass window.
Sarcasm just sounds like lies to me.
Being stupid is not a choice.
Just because you are a stupid person doesn't mean you don't have a voice. So get out there.
Get out there.
And vote.
And vote. Let your voice be heard. Vote.
Vote.
I'm stupid, and I vote.
I vote, and I am very stupid.
Because my stupid vote counts as much as anybody else's.
And sometimes, way more. Like in my county.
So don't let them stop you.
Don't let them confuse you.
Somebody will say something, and then somebody will say something else. It's just too much.
You can vote. You can buy a gun.
You can buy all the guns.
I watch one channel, and I get so mad.
Vote.
Get out there.
Vote every day if you have to.
It's not like they ask if you're stupid.
Nobody should have to learn things if they don't want to.
I vote for Donkey, but sometimes I like elephant.
I want a candidate that smiles at me.
The computer screen said, prove you're not a robot. So I cut myself.
Vote.
Volt. Dance.
Vote for a tall man.
Vote, because they give you a sticker and you can put it anywhere.
Buzz Adams and the KLAQ Morning Show.
Professional slasher. Looking for college girl sleepover party, Halloween night. References of it.
Requires eligible plan coverage and other restrictions apply. Visit att.com/one network for details.
You are about to witness the most astounding living monstrosity of all time.
Buzz Adams is back.
I got a bunch of giveaways, and I'm willing to really kind of do a blowout here. Got haunted house tickets. If you want to win those, you got to use them today. Today's the final day for the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror.
It will be open later than usual, though, not the 10 o'clock on Thursdays.
They're going to go much later than 10 o'clock.
We're not going to say till the last person's there.
We're not, they're going to go late. They're going to try and get everybody who wants to go through the haunted house through there. So the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror, open tonight, open late, extended hours at 13900 Montana. I have so many things that they had to give me a separate note for it. You could do that. Maybe you can't make it to the haunted house, but you want to go to the UTEP game against Middle Tennessee. That's Saturday, 1:30 kickoff in the Sun Bowl. Got tickets for that. You get those today or tomorrow. Striper tonight at the Plaza Theater. I have a couple of those. So
nice.
You can pick which prize you want. And I guess what I'm doing is Halloween trivia or Halloween reverse trivia. So you call in, we'll ask you a question. We're going to put like a hard 5-second limit on it. It's like either you know the answer to this question or you don't.
What's the reverse trivia? They ask us?
They ask us a trivia question about Halloween, horror movies, anything having to do with, let's make it all Halloween.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
All right. So you can ask us a question or you can take our question, but then let us know what you want to win. Haunted house tickets have to be used today. Striper tickets have to be used today. By the way, office closes at 1:30. If you win the haunted house tickets, we can put you on a guest list, so you don't have to come to the station. UTEP tickets, you can get those tomorrow or today. But again, office closes at 1:30. Let's start with caller number 5. You want a question or you want to give us a question? Either one. You got to call the studio line for this, though. It's 915-910-4995. That's 915-910-4995. And we might have time to get through a couple of these. Nico, examine the term trick or treat. What is the choice being offered here? Because there's a lot of disagreement about it.
So
trick or treat.
Right. So I thought this was what children would ask at the door, and they would say, you can give me something, and you will either, if you give me something, wait, what is it? If you don't give me something, you get a trick, right?
See, I know some people who say the tradition is if the person doesn't have a treat, they can do a trick for you.
Oh.
Like a joke.
Trick or treat, yeah.
Or is it you give me a treat, or I'm going to play a trick on you, like set your house on fire.
Or toilet paper it.
Or toilet paper it, I guess.
How disappointed would a kid be to go trick or treat, and then you're like, I don't have treats, but here's a trick.
Watch. Look at my thumb. You see my thumb? Yeah. Look, I just pulled it off my hand. Look at that.
That was nice, right? Goodbye.
I think you're looking at a rock through your living room window.
Yeah. Then you get the trick.
All righty. Let's go with our first caller. Happy Halloween. It's Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Priscilla. You want a question, or you want to ask us a question?
I want a question.
All right. Going to give you a question. I gotta enforce this.
Oh,
5
look
second
at you!
rule.
You pulled out the big guns for the questions.
I got it real. In what horror movie does the main character chop down a door with an axe and says, "Here's Johnny"?
Oh my God, The Shining.
Congratulations!
The Shining. See, it's that moment of terror when you know it, but it's just, is my brain going to supply me with the word? I got you going through that.
I got it.
You did get it.
Yeah.
Miners, Striper tonight. Haunted house tickets. We'll put you on a guest list for that.
Let's do Haunted House.
All right. Okay. Got to use them today, though. Okay. All right. Hold on. Whoop. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Priscilla. I feel like I cut you off mid-sentence. What's up?
Oh, how many tickets? Is it 2?
Well, how many do you need?
4.
Since you're the first winner, and I'm not going to make this deal for anybody else, I'm going to give you 4 tickets, okay?
Yeah, because we like you.
Yeah, you were brave to go first. All right, hold on a second. So, Joanna, you got that?
Haunted house tickets?
Yep, 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah,
for Priscilla.
And you know that we got a will call list. So if you go up to the window and tell them your name, we'll have you on a list. Hey, Cappy. Wow, what a game last night. And I tuned in like in the 4th inning. So the 5th is where all the fireworks started.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
unlike
crazy.
any World Series game I can remember.
There's nothing that's ever been like this.
Why?
Because
we'll explain it to you in a minute, but I want to get at least one more caller.
Please.
We want to get through some of these. If anybody wants to go through the haunted house, by all means, take those tickets. The Miners play Middle Tennessee on Saturday. You can get those. And Striper, the band Striper, which was a really big deal when I was in high school and college.
Me too.
Going to be at the, where are they? The Plaza tonight? Let me see. Striper Plaza Theater tonight.
Hey, you're asking a guy that accidentally said on air that the Halloween parade is at Escalante Park instead of Album Park.
You said that?
So, yeah, that was a beauty of mine.
I didn't
only
even catch that.
That's good. No, I said that on my show.
Oh.
That's why you don't listen, so it's okay. But I mean,
Chris, trivia or reverse trivia?
Trivia.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. All right.
Okay.
Okay, let me pick out a good one. What famous horror movie featured a young, unknown Johnny Depp as one of the victims in one of his first movie roles? 5 seconds here.
No, I don't think I'm gonna know that one.
Come on, you throw out a movie. Yep.
Chainsaw Massacre.
No, it timed out. I would have counted it. I'd say you got in, but it's not. It's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh,
all right. Thanks for trying, Chris.
All right.
Thanks, man.
So Johnny Depp is the guy who, like, he gets sucked into his bed, and then the bed just explodes with blood and human tissue. Is, one of the memorable scenes from the movie. But for a lot of people, the first time they ever laid eyes on Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Still not the grossest thing that's ever happened in Johnny Depp's bed. Let's take a break. We got to get this break in. Tony, you're next. If you don't hang up, we'll take some more calls and hopefully give away some more prizes. And we're going to talk about the World Series, an incredible game. What do you think the mood must be like in New York City today? We'll find out with Steve Kaplowitz coming up.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5.
Bud Light is the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
Attention station employees. The station's slutty costume contest has been postponed by HR, the enemy of fun. Thank you.
KLAQ rocks.
All right, Cappy, hang on. We'll get to last night's activities in the World Series, which were just phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
What an exciting game.
Craziness.
Nuts. But we have more contestants. You can choose the haunted house tickets for today only, and we'll put you on a guest list for that. We have tickets for UTEP versus Middle Tennessee State on Saturday. We've got tickets for the Stryper concert at the Plaza Theater, but that's tonight, so you would have to come to the station, pick those tickets up before 1:30. They're closing early today. Office is going to close at 1:30 today. We'll let you choose tickets for Kill Switch Engage. That show doesn't come up until March the 11th at the Don Haskins Center, but if that's what you want, we'll give you that. You can do regular Halloween trivia or reverse, in which you ask us a question. We have to get it right.
How many trivia questions you have left?
3.
Oh,
I got 3.
Nice.
You got any reverses in the mix?
What do you mean?
Where they want to ask us a question?
Oh, I didn't ask. I was just getting their names.
Okay.
Is it like a Stump the Chumps kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a Stump the Chumps.
All right, got you.
We got Joe. Hi, Joe.
Hey, good morning. How's it
Joe,
going?
doing good. You want a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What horror movie takes place mostly on a spaceship called Nostromo? Once again, Nostromo, 5 seconds, and go.
Is it...
1 second.
I don't know. Is it Jason X?
No, it's a pretty good guess, but
That's a good guess.
that's Alien.
Oh, Alien.
Yeah.
Nostromo.
The Nostromo. Yeah.
You guys have a good one.
Thanks,
All right,
man.
thanks,
You
man.
too.
Thanks
Not one of the more famous spaceships out there, or even horror spaceships.
Pretty well known for people who are into the whole Alien/Predator, because those things crossed over and now they're forever connected.
Entwined.
Did anybody see the Alien movie that came out earlier this year?
Not Prometheus.
Like Spartacus or
Romulus.
Tynocedron.
It was Romulus.
Sigourney Weaver still in it?
No.
Nah, I can't imagine. Maybe.
They ever kill her off in these movies or
Yeah,
no?
but they cloned her and brought her back.
Is that what they did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're not up to date on the Alien
No, I think
lore?
I've only seen the first one or two of them. What was the one when the alien comes out of the guy's chest? Is that the first one?
That's every one of them, Steve.
That's 1 through 15.
Yeah, that's every one that's ever been made. Somebody burst through somebody's chest, for
They
sure.
seriously, they kept repeating that over and over again in all the movies?
They're called chest bursters.
Kind of what you
I would go
expect
ask.
to see.
I would go and ask for my money back if no alien burst out of
Yeah.
anybody's chest.
Yeah.
See, but they could have made that once and only in the first one, which would have made that first movie unique.
Why don't you move to Hollywood and write the next alien movie?
I'll do it.
Hi, Tony.
How's it going? Morning show, guys.
Good, doing good. We want to give you some prizes, and just keep in mind everything you can choose from. You can pick whichever you want. Okay, you ready for your question?
Great.
All right. Which of the following? Wait, what now? What's that?
Can I shoot off a question for you guys? See if I can stump you guys?
Yeah, we can do
Nice.
that if that's what you want to do. Sure. All right. Now this changes the whole mood in the room because we're the ones in the hot seat. Go ahead, Tony.
Okay, being Halloween, ghosts, goblins, monsters, everything, the whole fandango. You had a while back, you had a topic in mascots in rock and roll bands. Ronnie James Dio has one, Black Sabbath has one, and Iron Maiden has one. Okay, I'd like to go with Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden's mascot name is Eddie. You didn't know the type of figure of character he is. Well, do you know now? Hope you will Google it, but do you know his figure? Eddie from Iron Maiden.
Eddie's like a skeleton monster that's
Or
usually
ghoul.
carrying a British flag.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we got it?
Was that the question, dude?
Does that mean we won?
I got none of that.
Oh, that was the greatest ever. I like this.
Yeah, I understood like 1% of
No. He was asking about different bands' mascots.
And he came to Eddie and wanted to know what it was about. And you guys described
He's a ghoul.
Uh-huh. And Dio has one, but Eddie from Iron Maiden. You never knew his figure. Do you know? You want me to tell you guys?
Wait, what are you
What's
asking?
the question?
Eddie. The mascot.
Yep, you win. That's good enough. That is a winner. Congratulations.
Dude, we have no idea what the hell you're talking about. What's the figure?
Whatever he wants.
What's the figure of Eddie? What the hell does that mean?
But don't you want to hear the answer? I want to know what he.
I kinda do.
I want to know what his answer is. Is he still there?
Tony, listen, we're gonna give you the prize. What are you talking about?
Well, it's because you never knew what type of monster character Eddie was. He's Eddie the Beast. And this has to do with those goblins, monsters, whatever, but, it's Halloween.
So I answered it correctly.
You just didn't say the word beast.
Skeleton. He's Eddie the Beast. He's a beast. He always has. He always will. The Beast.
Good enough. I'm picturing him.
Happy Halloween.
Maybe a mummy, like a desiccated corpse.
Yeah.
Carrying a flag, usually the Union Jack.
Like Walter Goggins in
There's no
Fallout.
actor known as Walter Goggins. It's Walton Goggins. If you're going to invoke his name, say it correctly.
Well, if you love him so much, why don't you go marry him, bitch?
Boys.
And finally, Andy. Hi, Andy.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. You're our final contestant, Andy. So you want a question from us, or you want to give us a question?
No, I'll take a question from you guys.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Honestly.
After that last call, you would have had a hard time topping it.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay.
I don't know what kind of monster Eddie was either.
Which of the following films is not based on a story by Stephen King? All right, you ready?
Ready.
Shawshank Redemption, The Shining, Misery, or Rosemary's Baby? Let me give them to you again.
Rosemary's Baby.
You don't want me to give them to you again? You feeling pretty confident?
Yeah, because Misery, from my understanding, was his. So is Shawshank Redemption, which is not a horror film, but it's a pretty good film regardless. And I was kind of surprised it was him.
Yeah, right.
And of course, The Shining is his.
Yeah, you're right.
Yay!
Rosemary's Baby is not a Stephen King. All right, very good. Thank you, Andy. Hang on a second and square away with Joanna which prize you want to pick, okay?
Okay, got it.
All right, thank you.
He was pretty confident on that last one.
Did Andy win?
Andy won. So did
Tony.
Oh, Tony got the striper ticket.
Oh, Tony won a
Nice.
striper. All right.
Nice.
I thought they were stripper.
you thought the liner said stripper?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where are we going to start, Steve?
Wait. Before you guys get into that, I have to tell you about the TV show that I was just finishing, okay? It's the most expensive television show ever produced. $300 million for the whole thing, for 6 episodes on Amazon Prime. Stars Richard Madden, Joe Jonas's wife, Priyanka Chopra. And it's like this action thriller, spy versus spy. Like there's a good spy agency, bad spy agency.
Okay.
But the really cool thing...
Is it a big screen version of Spy versus Spy from Mad Magazine?
Yeah, well, it's a small screen version of it, I guess. But the really cool version is that there's spin-offs of the original TV show. And the spin-offs are all being created, developed, and shot in other countries by other developers. So there's an Italian one that's all Italian cast directors.
Same show.
Same show.
Same scripts?
Same universe. No, well, it's a spin-off of a different
So it's not just
storyline.
like an episode with different actors. But
No, it's not an adaptation. It's a spin-off of different actors, different storyline. The next one's in India that's coming out, and they're all produced, and most of them are directed by the Russo brothers of Marvel fame.
Huh.
Yeah, so they're really good. Check it out.
What's it called?
Citadel. And guess who that's the name of the good spy agency. Do you want to know the name of the bad spy agency? Manticore. It's like, apparently Hydra was taken.
Okay. And you're saying that it is good.
It's really good. Didn't you like Winter Soldier? That's like one of your favorite Marvel movies. Was Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I thought that was solid for sure.
That's the one directed by the Russo brothers. That is like a spy thriller. That's how all of these shows are.
Yeah, but the one you're describing doesn't have Captain America in it, I'll bet.
Even better.
All right.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
The Buzz Adams Morning Show presents Go Sports Go. Brought to you by the Viva Auto Group. Viva makes it happen.
So it just worked out that I tuned in, and 4th inning was wrapping up, and it was the 5th inning where all the excitement happened last night.
It was a crazy 5th inning, wasn't it? I mean, think about what happened in that inning. You had the the ball hit to Aaron Judge.
Dropped it.
He took his eye off it the last minute, and the ball hits his glove and then drops it. By the way, that's a ball that you catch 99 times out of 100. Actually, should catch it 100 times out of 100.
You catch it 100 times out of 100.
Especially for a guy like that. And then, because the ball was hit right to him. And then you had the play where the ball was hit to the shortstop, Anthony Volpe, and he throws it to third, but the throw was a little off, right? And then you have bases loaded, 2 outs, and a routine ground ball to first base, which should have ended the whole inning.
But nobody home at first.
Nobody covered first base. You had their first baseman, Anthony Rizzo, who fielded the ball.
But then the pitcher didn't run over there.
No, Garrett Cole didn't run over there.
So that's an error on, I guess that would be on Garrett Cole. Do they mark that an error?
No, they should have marked it.
They should have marked it.
Nobody covered. It was listen.
Here you go. Here's this play.
They teach you that when you're 10 years old.
Ground ball right side. Rizzo. Nobody at first. Incredible. Atrocious defense from the Yankees. Leading directly to a Dodger run in the fifth.
So your first baseman had to field the ball. Well, he needs to toss it to somebody. The pitcher's supposed to run over there and cover first base. But Garrett Cole didn't do it. And the announcers were talking about they've forgotten how to play defense, or they were just already counting their win, or they were already getting ready for game six back in L.A.
So imagine this, okay? So the inning,
just a meltdown, really.
The inning starts. The fifth inning starts where the pitcher for the Yankees
has 5-0 at this point,
and
right?
he's throwing a no-hitter. I mean, the Dodgers hadn't gotten a hit in the fifth inning. And then all of a sudden, everything happens at once, right? You had the ball that hits Aaron Judge in the glove and he misses it. Then you have the bad throw. Then you had that play, and that was the big one because...
Wait, so because I didn't watch any of this, so set it up for me. Are you saying that the Yankees were up 5-0?
5-0 in the fifth.
Which is huge in baseball.
It's huge. Yes. I get that even now.
And you've got your best pitcher on the mound throwing a no-hitter at the time. So that means the Dodgers hadn't even gotten a hit. It was a shutout, and the Yankees looked like they had all the momentum in the world to send this World Series back to LA.
There was nothing to indicate that the Dodgers could get back in this game, much less win it. Here are the Dodgers tying the game up at 5 apiece on this hit from Enrique Hernandez.
Kike.
That's the runner at third. Freeman at first, the tying run. The 1-2 pitch to Teoscar Hernandez. In the air to left center field. Judge on the run. Dead sprint now to the track, and it's over his head. That's in to score. Freddie Freeman for the plate, and this game has been turned upside down.
Fifth inning, they went through the entire lineup. They
By the way,
through the entire
in one
lineup.
inning, they got 5 runs?
They did. They got 5 in the fifth to tie it up. And that was not Kike Hernandez. That was Teoscar Hernandez. There's 2 Hernandezes that play for the Dodgers. So, no.
How common is it to get that many runs in one inning?
Uncommon.
Okay.
Especially the way it happened. It was a crazy inning.
So many mistakes, so many routine plays. You know, you talk about the ball going between Bill Buckner's legs and things like that. Just that so many of these things happen all at once. It's almost like somebody had a voodoo doll of Aaron Judge and was jabbing it with a needle or something at the appropriate time.
That's right.
So the Yankees came back and retook the lead, but here's later in the game, Dodgers take the 7-6 lead over the Yankees.
Luke Weaver to Mookie Betts. Cracked in the air to deep center field. Judge retreats. He'll make the grab, but the Dodgers have come all the way back and taken the lead in Game 5. From down 5-0 to ahead 7-6 in the most preposterous way.
Preposterous. And then just a sense of shell shock on the field from the Yankees players, and I dare say the fans, too.
Sure. I'll say this. If you're a Dodgers fan, okay, and I'm just going to throw this out there, and this goes back to anybody that's been rooting for the Dodgers since the 50s all the way to now, you will never, ever see a game in terms of who you played, where you played, comeback style, significance like you had yesterday to get a World Series win. In other words, it doesn't get any better than what happened last night. Because think about the circumstances surrounding the comeback, where the comeback happened, and the opponent. if you're a Dodgers fan, knowing it was the Yankees and how it happened, probably the most satisfying clinching win as you will ever see in your lifetime. You're never going to top what happened last night if you're a Dodger fan.
Well, after the win last night, here's Dodgers manager Dave Roberts celebrating with his team.
Who wants a parade? Oh, my, world champion!
And appropriately, Freddie Freeman is the MVP. Here's Freeman reacting to being the series MVP.
Every spring training, this is our goal. And for it to come true with this group of guys, I couldn't ask for a better year. Holy cow. Woo!
Check out this picture from ABC7. This is Los Angeles. That's the Hollywood sign with only the D lit up in Dodgers blue.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
It's an untouched photo. They actually
well,
did
it's
it.
nice to you're not showing the riots that took place in L.A.
I don't know if they were
there
rioting
riots
in
last
L.A.
night?
I don't know.
Was there rioting
Or you
last
just
night?
assume there were.
Look at the news, dude.
Okay.
There was like minor rioting. I wouldn't say it was major, but yeah, there were riots.
Okay.
Well, I don't think it like enveloped the whole city like Rodney King did, but yeah.
If anybody should have been rioting, it should have been the Yankee fans.
That's it right there. I think that's a picture.
Looting, arson, and chaos. Is this okay? Yeah, whatever. I think people use big sporting events just to do stuff that they wanted to do anyway, and they just use it as a cover.
Agreed.
Cappy, great series.
Unbelievable. This series.
I almost switched it off before that crazy fifth inning started, thinking, all right, they'll play Friday in play Friday in L.A.
I mean, the series had just about everything in 5 games. You could say that the series had a couple of really, really good, games right down to the end, the first 2. You could also say that Freddie Freeman made history, homering in 4 straight, 6 if you date back to the last time he was in the World Series with the Braves. And last night, without a doubt, I mean, Yankee fans will probably tell you that's one of the worst chokes ever.
It's one thing for one player to have a mental lapse or a brain fart, and I keep thinking about Bill Buckner, but to have multiple players on the same team
in the same inning,
with such a comfortable lead makes so many mistakes. You got to feel like you're cursed or that God's against you at some point.
Again, the drop ball by Judge, some people are calling that a physical error. To me, that's a mental error because he took his eye off the ball and then he dropped it. The throw to third, that's a human error. That's a physical error. But not covering first base.
Not covering first base.
That's as bad as it gets. That's the first thing you work on.
The pitcher should have known that, you're saying.
Please, absolutely. He's been doing it his whole life.
All right. Now, Steve, I got something to ask you about that's not sports related because you look like you're ready to go to the Halloween parade.
I am. I'm wearing a shirt I wear once a year. I am wearing the Boo Crew shirt from the KLAQ parade, which I will be heading out to after this show. So I am getting ready to go.
You might be interested in this. New York City has officially legalized jaywalking.
Good.
Good. Why? Because
people
that's what everybody
jaywalk all the time.
Absolutely. Have you ever seen anybody get ticketed for jaywalking?
No, I have jaywalked in New York City.
You got to. You got to go when you can go.
Survival of the fittest, baby.
But let me tell you, a difference in New York City. If you're not out of the street,
they'll run you over.
They don't slow down.
Oh yeah.
They'll lay on the horn, but they won't touch the brakes.
It's like Frogger. Remember Frogger?
Oh yeah.
That's really what it is, trying to cross the street in New York City. It's like Frogger.
That's why downtown in El Paso, I feel foolish when there's not a car in sight and I'm waiting for the arrow or for the guy to light up so I can walk across. It's like
so you actually
it's like 3,000 people could have crossed if we'd been in Manhattan.
So wait a minute, you're in downtown El Paso. Okay, there is not a car in sight, and you've got a "Do Not Walk" sign. And nobody's around. You're telling me you're just going to wait for that walk sign before you go?
No, I'm going to go eventually.
Eventually.
But I'm there on a
I would have to be like,
and there's a lot of people.
I'm going to go.
And they wait for it. And then I'm just like, well, this is ridiculous. There's no car coming. I'm going New York style. I just walk across. And then it's like everybody there just follows my lead. Like, now we're going to jaywalk.
Let's ask you this question. Do you believe jaywalking should be legal everywhere.
Absolutely.
I think you should probably be very, very super careful around traffic.
100%.
No matter where you are.
I agree with that, but should it be legal?
I won't go that
Joanna,
far.
in that episode of New Girl where Nick gets ticketed 4 times because of jaywalking, he goes to his car to drop off his jacket, gets a ticket for jaywalking.
Yeah, we got to take a break.
Forgets, comes back.
But here are some New Yorkers, and you can tell these are real New Yorkers talking about the legalization of jaywalking in New York.
Who cares? So what else is new?
That's perfect. Yeah. Okay, it's illegal to jaywalk.
What else is new?
So what else is new? I jaywalked my whole life here. I lived here for 60 years and I jaywalked. Gotta be alert. You're in New York. Look alive. You get a chance, you go. Take it.
Yeah.
If it's safe, you go. Watch both ways, because now we got these guys.
When was the last time you heard somebody say that, I'm happy they caught that jaywalker?
What you don't want to do is slow down on a sidewalk or stop to have a conversation outside the door of anything, because they will let you know within a millisecond that you're holding them up. All right, we got to take a break. More of the Buzz Adams Morning Show on the way right after this.
Happy Halloween!
I am evil. Evil existed long before good. I cannot be unmet.
Zaragoza Way, George Dieter, Sean Haggerty, and Montecillo. Learn more on Insta at Tin Man EP.
In Texas, everything is bigger, especially our chainsaw massacres. Speaking of cut-ups, the Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
Nick, excuse me, Steve Kaplowitz stuck around. There's something really important.
Did you get me confused with Steve for some reason?
Don't distract me, Steve. On the computer screen behind me, who's this? What's the name of this actor?
That's Marlon Brando. It's
It's
Godfather.
not.
Oh my God!
Really?
This is Billy Zane as Marlon Brando
In a new movie.
Waltzing with Brando, and they just put out some pictures.
Hey, it looks good.
I still do
Identical.
not know if I believe that is anybody other than Marlon Brando himself. But that's what all the pictures say.
I wonder if he had to pack on any weight to get to the fat Brando stage. Or those prosthetics, you think?
Probably prosthetics. They do a great job with prosthetics these days, especially when you're
Brando had definitely, like, his inseam or his pant size had gone up a little bit.
His inseam? What was going on with his inseam?
His waist measurements. That's what I meant.
What do you own an alterations company?
Yeah. I can say,
I
can say from when he was a young man, he probably went from like a 32 to a 40 by the time The Godfather, but then he really exploded. Like by the time Island of Dr. Moreau came out.
Did he put cotton balls in his mouth to get that?
Apparently that was
to get that sound.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of his trick there. All right, so we talked about the Halloween parade. We have got a world champion as our Grand Marshal. And I just want to give a shout out, first of all, for our Grand Marshal for doing this, also for pulling this off. What are the chances that she was going to be in town?
I mean, I don't know. We lucked out on this one. With Kayla Thornton, we absolutely lucked out because Kayla just came back. I think she might have a wedding with her brother here in El Paso in the next couple of days. So she's in town for that. Comes right after. She was on Good Morning America with Robin Roberts with the New York Liberty when they just won the WNBA. Yep. So she had the Canyon of Heroes parade. They did the big ticker tape parade all around New York City. She went through and was on national TV shows. She's back in town. Kayla will be our Grand Marshal today.
That's so cool.
For the KLAQ parade. Super excited about that.
Who reached out to her and set that up? Did you have a hand in that?
Yeah, I texted her.
You did, and she said, I'll be the Grand Marshal.
Yes.
That's enormous.
Yes.
A world champion. A newly minted world champion.
Finally, New York gets a world champion. since the Yankees blew it. So, yeah, it's good for the Liberty. So I'm really happy. And by the way, she was a standout player at Irvin. She comes to UTEP, becomes UTEP's all-time leading scorer, still has like 4 or 5 records, has been playing in the WNBA for the last 7-8 years now, wins her championship with the Liberty, played in the championship last year, too. They just didn't win. And she is one of the best way to put her is she's like the heart and soul of the New York Liberty. She has a huge fan following in New York and has really become a terrific basketball player over the years.
That'll be great. So if you're at the parade, I don't know what her availability will be, but I bet a lot of people would love to get a picture or at least meet Kayla Thornton.
Yep, that's going to be great.
Wow, great job. I was going to say whoever it was that got her to agree to be the Grand Marshal, good work there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You going to be back at the house passing out candy to the kids, or are you going to pretend you're not home?
No. So here's how we do this. Let me explain. I will get back from from Speaking Rock today because it's Thursday. So I'll be at Speaking Rock today.
Who's at the stinking Jets tonight, right?
Jets in Houston.
Yeah.
Texans and the Jets. Can't wait. So I'll be live today, and we'll take you right up to kickoff of that game. I'll drive home right when that game is starting, and by the time I get off of 375 and get to the house, we will be in full candy pass-out mode, okay? And our area is pretty heavily trafficked. So here's what we do. We give away candy until there's none to give away. We give it till we're all out. Then we turn the lights off. Because,
no more candy, no reason to have the lights on.
Well, yeah, because otherwise, if the lights are on and you have no candy,
it's false hope.
They're going to ring the bell. You're not going to be able to give them anything, and that's not fair. So we have a ton of candy to give out. Usually,
but once it's gone, the Kaplowitzes are turning the lights on.
Lights out, baby. Lights out.
It's capital Y.
Got a call here from Buford. It says Buford has a question for Steve Kaplowitz. Hello, Buford.
Hi, y'all. Hey, Steve.
Hey.
I was wondering, what about NFL kickers? Shouldn't we pay them according to the kick? If you can't make a 20, 30, or 30-yard field goal, boom, there goes part of your annual salary. If you can't kick a field goal in a game-winning situation, there goes another portion of your salary. These guys don't do anything all week except go out there and kick. They don't have to do wind sprints. They don't have to do any of that stuff. Pay them by the kick.
I'm sure that's what the coaches want, more pressure on the kicker in a pressure cooker situation.
Hey, Buford does bring up a good point, though, is that they're so volatile. It's really true. Kickers remind me of relief pitchers in baseball. One year, you might be the best reliever in the game. Then the next year, you can't find the plate and you can't get anybody out. So there's a lot of similarities between kicking in the NFL and relievers, closers in baseball. So, you know what? I get what he's saying. It would make things a lot more interesting if you're kicking for your job all the time.
Well, you are. Good. I mean, if you miss too many of those, you are kicking for your job. Remember the Cowboys kicker a few years ago who I don't know what happened to him, but he missed so many.
Yep. Well, and here's the hardest part.
I worried that he might have had some like a tumor or something.
Well, first off, Aubrey's a terrific kicker. He's probably the best leg in the league. He's unbelievable. But
I'm not talking about Aubrey. I'm talking about the other guy a few years ago.
Oh, I know. What was his name?
There was a guy he couldn't make an extra point or field goal to save his life. Well, it was obviously something mental going on.
Well, like Zerline right now, like Buford's bringing up. He's awful. He's been great for all these years, but he's clearly can't kick anymore.
I think it's like getting the yips. Anybody can get the yips, or if it's in gymnastics, the twisties. Simone Biles talks about. I think sometimes kickers, if you get something bad in your head,
it's the yips. You can say the yips. It's the yips with your foot. Yeah, exactly.
Now, the Yankees experience so many yips from so many different players, they should change their name from the Yankees to the Yippies. In that disastrous... I was just thinking, Steve.
Did you just say Yippies?
Yeah. Tonight is supposed to be the scariest night of the year. But I think last night was, at least...
For Yankee fans.
At least in the 4 boroughs.
That's right.
It was the worst Halloween in New York history.
The heating up Judge, who settles under this ball, but then drops it.
No!
Ground ball left side. Volpe will go forward in the dirt, and another break for LA. 2 defensive mishaps for New York. Ground ball right side. Rizzo.
A nightmare that wouldn't end.
Atrocious defense from the Yankees.
No! Reverberating in the minds on Halloween morning.
No!
Nightmare in New York. Now streaming.
It's Halloween! Yeah, it's Halloween! Happy Holly My Weenie from the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Vote gay. Paid for by Blue CD2 New Mexico, USA, and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Listen, Halloween. Listen on Halloween. Halloween. Listen on Halloween. The monster lives. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. The monster rocks.
You are a monster!
El Paso's rock monster.
Oh boy, you guys are really a couple of spooksters, aren't you?
This is the morning show on 95.5 KLAQ.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy Halloween. I just want to say, Dodgers, baby. Good champs. Congratulations to all the fans. You did it. Again, you guys have a good day. Happy Halloween. Be safe out there at the park.
We'll be safe at the park. Everybody be safe at the park. A lot of candy will be thrown. I want to remind everybody, keep an eye on your kids. Make sure they don't dash out into the street. Some of the candy is aerodynamic, and some of it is the
not.
opposite.
Some of it is
aerodynamic.
flappy.
Yeah. All right, so I just want to remind you that tomorrow is the final day for early voting. During early voting, you can vote at any polling place you want to in your city. But on election day, my understanding is you got to go to your pre-designated polling place. So early voting ends tomorrow. Then there's no voting until Tuesday. Tuesday is election day. And you know what I'm looking forward to?
What?
The end of the political ads.
Yeah.
And the end of the messages.
Yeah.
That are nonstop. And the text soliciting for more donations.
Yeah.
All of that. I can't wait for that all to go away.
October 31st, vote no on Halloween. Halloween supports dangerous roving gangs of children going door to door to get their fix. When it comes to healthcare, Halloween doesn't care. Under Halloween, tooth decay rates have doubled and instances of child obesity have skyrocketed. Halloween is deceptive. Sure, it may look like a sexy firefighter, but don't count on Halloween if your house is burning down. And Halloween is not a legal holiday. If Halloween had its choice, it would allow for more illegal holidays to invade and take over your calendar. Don't be tricked. Halloween is no treat. This October 31st, vote no on Halloween. Paid for by Thanksgiving.
I'm Thanksgiving, and I approve this message.
Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mess. Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mess. Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mess. Joanna, tell us more.
It's our entertainment news, also known as the Hollywood Cheese May, with Joanna Barba. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning.
Our Scream Queen.
Nice. At long last, the blockbuster Deadpool and Wolverine has a Disney Plus premiere date. The movie crushed it at the box office this summer, coming in as the second highest grossing film of 2024, earning a whopping $1.3 billion globally, and is the 12th highest grossing North American release in history. It also ranks as the highest grossing R-rated movie ever. And now, if you have Disney Plus, you can watch it in the comfort of your own home starting November 12th.
Okay. I'm going to throw something out there. I heard about this, I think the week I was on vacation, so we did talk about it. I heard a rumor, and I want to get your reaction.
Okay.
If the Academy Awards were hosted by Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman,
Hell yeah.
maybe in character as Deadpool and Wolverine.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be real fun.
Right? I mean, they put James Franco and Anne Hathaway, who had no connection at all. They just randomly stuck them together. It was one of the worst. But I think people would really be into this bromance thing that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have going.
Also, how much watchability do you think the movie is going to have? Like, would you watch it immediately when it comes out?
Well, I saw it in theaters.
Right, but I saw it too in theaters.
I'll watch it again.
I'll probably watch it.
I will totally watch it again.
Yeah, I want to see like any things I missed.
Did I miss? Yeah.
The whole scene with Chris Evans, that whole thing. I want to see that again.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah. Well, November 12th, mark your calendars because that's when you can start seeing it on Disney Plus at home.
It's about time because I haven't watched even 1 second of Agatha all along. Not 1 second, Joanna.
Neither have I, but Lisa keeps telling me I got to watch it.
Yep.
Actor Billy Zane's jaw-dropping transformation into Marlon Brando has fans in awe as he prepares to premiere Waltzing with Brando, a biopic that explores the legendary actor's life during his most iconic roles that include The Godfather. A new still from the film, which is set to debut at the Torino Film Festival on November 30th, reveals Zane as a near-spitting image of Brando's character.
I'm going to bring up this picture.
Don Corleone, yeah.
I found the
You found
picture
it.
at People. Is this Marlon Brando or is this Billy Zane?
That is Billy Zane.
The hell out of Dodge.
It is Billy Zane. Can you believe it?
That's Billy Zane.
That's Billy Zane.
He's come a long way from Titanic.
Yeah, but he looks exactly
But
like
look at
Marlon
how
Brando
he
did.
looks just like him.
He looks
The
exactly.
caption says Billy Zane in Waltzing with Brando.
No, you
That
couldn't
is
tell.
uncanny.
So good.
You couldn't
Matter
tell.
of fact, I still have my doubts.
Fans have taken to social media to express their admiration, with many saying Zane's portrayal is Oscar-worthy and could mark his major comeback to Hollywood. The new film from director and co-writer Bill Fishman is an adaptation of Bernard Judge's 2011 book of the same name. The book tells the story of a young Los Angeles architect who found himself, quote, unexpectedly living in an unpopulated atoll in the South Pacific with his client, Marlon Brando.
Sounds like
that
Island of
is
Dr.
Billy
Moreau
Zane.
to me. Like Brando's going to have like a little mouse man on his piano.
The film doesn't have a studio yet, but they're saying because of how great Billy Zane looks, studios will probably be fighting over which one will take it.
Okay, so I can already see he does have a Brando face just in general to him.
Yeah, when you look at side by sides of Billy Zane and Marlon Brando, like normally not in the whole Godfather getup, he kind of already did look like him.
You know, I honestly, as famous as Billy Zane is, I can only think of three things that I could name that he's been in.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Titanic.
Zoolander.
A cameo in Zoolander. Titanic, he was Cal.
And The Phantom.
I wasn't thinking of The Phantom. Tombstone.
And Tombstone.
Yeah, and Tombstone.
But The Phantom was his like leading role vehicle.
It kind of flopped.
It
and
flopped completely.
I don't think I could watch all of it. Like, I think I tried to watch it on TV one time. I was like, this is terrible. So those are my three: Tombstone, Titanic,
Zoolander.
One of Rodney Alcala's survivors has slammed Netflix for its new movie, Woman of the Hour, which centers on the serial killer's time on the dating game TV show. Morgan Rowe, who was attacked by the serial killer and convicted sex offender when she was a teenager, has criticized the streaming giant, accusing it of reviving history. During an interview with UK newspaper The Sun, Rowan said the storyline of the film isn't factual. She highlighted the fact that the real-life Bradshaw, who's portrayed by Anna Kendrick in the movie, refused to go on the date with Alcala, but in the Netflix film, she did. While the date in the movie wasn't the official date organized by the game show, the real-life Bradshaw never spent one-on-one time with the killer.
Well, yeah, but they
Right.
got to shush it up a little.
Well, she said, quote, they just took the basic premise that he's a murderer and went on a game show, and that's about the only thing that's fact. They made the rest of it up. I don't like the revision of history, and I don't like the fact they're giving him more fame and attention. It's difficult to see the whole portrayal so differently. As bad as he was, they should get the story right, because if you're changing his history, then you're changing mine too. Morgan, who is a 72-year-old mother of two, contacted investigators after Alcala's death, saying that she was attacked by the serial killer in 1968 when she was 16. And finally, Nicholas Alexander Chavez has faced criticism online after being photographed with a pair of Halloween partygoers dressed as the Menendez brothers. Chavez plays the convicted murderer Lyle Menendez in the Ryan Murphy hit Netflix true crime drama. But when a picture of Chavez posing with the two unidentified Halloween partiers, one of whom was wearing a blood-splattered shirt, was posted on Reddit, many supporters of Lyle and Eric found it distasteful. One user wrote that they found Chavez's decision to
it's
agree
the fans of Eric and Lyle who found it distasteful, not the families of
not that the family of victims, but the supporters of the actual brothers.
Oh my God.
One user wrote that they found Chavez's decision to agree to the picture bizarre, adding, quote, this is very disappointing from his side. Another referenced Murphy's previous serial killer series, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, writing, quote, disgusting and insensitive, just as people dressing up as Dahmer was insensitive to the victims. Let's not give these folks the attention they crave.
It is weird that we live in a society that glorifies serial killers almost. And I know that they wouldn't say that that's what they're doing.
Right.
But it is.
But it's kind of weird, especially because I swear to you, Ryan Murphy is just putting hot guys as these serial killers. Because you look at them and you're like, they were not that hot. So, yeah, it's making it kind of cool and sexy to dress up as these killers.
We've fetishized it in a little way ourselves. Everybody, like from the true crime podcasting about serial killers,
right,
to the Dateline episodes. I'm sure that people love to watch.
I think people have liked lurid tales,
yes,
and grisly details since writing was invented, and probably
that's a good
before.
point.
Yeah. Well, with your entertainment news, I'm Joanna Barba.
Morning, folks. Early Bird here.
Hey,
Billy Zane. Yeah, great actor. I think one of my favorite movies of Billy Zane was, I don't know if you guys seen it. Buzz, you probably seen it. Maybe not. Real good movie. It's called Sniper. With Tom Berenger and Billy Zane. Billy Zane plays an Olympic gold medalist sharpshooter that has to team up with a Marine in the South American jungles. It's real good. All right, guys. You have a good morning.
What did I miss?
Oh, I can't believe I missed it.
Did you miss the Buzz Adams Morning Show today?
I missed everything.
Just use the KLAQ mobile app. That way you can listen to Buzz on demand.